It's Legends Night. It's the New York Knicks against the Milwaukee Bucks. But you know the real story. It's right here. The two new stars brought in the biggest trade in NBA history. Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups. All the physicals were passed today, and they are in the lineup for the New York Knicks, and they will start tonight as well. They cheered wildly as Carmelo Anthony made his first shot. We'll watch it all unfold together behind the retired numbers of all the Knicks legends.
Al, thanks, and hello, everyone. There certainly is electricity here at Madison Square Garden with the arrival of Carmelo Anthony. Now, what that means in results, it's going to be fascinating to watch that play out. But one thing for sure, Clyde, before he came to New York, he is one of the most dynamic scorers in the NBA. Anthony is a special player, a special offensive talent. What impresses you most about him?
His ability to handle the ball is 6'8". He really has no weakness. He can go left, he can go right, he can post you, he can come on the perimeter. So he can get anywhere essentially he wants to on the floor by creating off the dribble. And then he's a lethal shooter. And then that's his favorite move right there, where he faces up to you and then goes up. If you come up, then he goes around you. So he's the consummate player, a lethal weapon, and they're going to unleash him tonight.
And he is fifth in the NBA in scoring. You look at the rebounding, that's going to be very important as well for a smaller Knicks team that need help in rebounding. Certainly has been a very long, drawn-out process. You wonder about his energy, but it sounds like he'll have a lot of energy playing here at the Garden.
I'm excited, man. I'm sitting here. I'm in one of the best places in the world, New York City. I'm about to go upstairs and play in my first basketball game as a New York Knick in one of the best arenas in the world. So I'm excited about that.
Well, both Billups and Anthony played for George Karl. Of course, Anthony has spent his entire career in Denver prior to this. As for Chauncey Billups, he was 2.5 years in Denver, but they played an up-tempo style. In fact, Denver right now is the #1 scoring team in the NBA, so they're comfortable with a high-scoring offense.
Billups was averaging 5 assists, but Felton had such a nice rapport going with Stoudemire. See if Billups can develop that. He knows how Anthony likes to play, but he has to get accustomed to the other four Knicks. So there's a task ahead for Billups, and he mentioned in the press conference that he had the more difficult task, more difficult than Anthony, because he has to learn the nuances of all the players on the team.
This crowd is fired up. We've had some special atmospheres this season with the much improved Knickerbockers. Now so many of those players are gone to Denver. A key star and another 5-time All-Star is here. And we'll see if this team, certainly with all this talent, can mesh as well as the team prior to the trade.
Well, it's going to take time. It's something Knicks don't have much of before the season is done. But remember, it took Miami about 18 games to try to get it going. So
crowd is even cheering, winning the opening tip. They are in a rather joyous mood, Clyde. Bogut, who's an excellent left hand, misses. And Anthony, who's done a very good job rebounding this year, over 7.5 per game, grabs that one. Turiaf, the starting center now, throws it in. Even he's feeling the adrenaline.
Very aggressive play by Turiaf with the hook shot.
Billups to Stoudemire. Stoudemire from outside. Anthony the rebound. Delfino thought he got pushed. And there's the first bucket in his Knick career. Salmon's a lot of dribbling, kicks it out, stolen by Anthony. Bogut way off the mark. Here's Anthony. Cross the lane, strip, count it, and one. Got whacked on the arm, and now with a chance for a three-point play. Well, Anthony wearing number 7. Of course, ever since he told Denver he wanted to be traded, it's been a long, drawn-out process that came to fruition here today.
I'm just glad that it's over with. My mind was, was everywhere. But at the end of the day, I still was able to focus in and play basketball. At the end of the day, that's what all of this is about. The decision I made, is based on myself, it's based on my family. We sat down as a collective unit and came up with this decision that New York was a place, to bring my talent.
Fields on Delfino. Delfino's been injured a lot of the year. Poked away by Anthony. Walker lobs it ahead. This should be an easy 2. And Carmelo Anthony's defense leading to that bucket. Anthony gets inside. Nice move. It's interesting. When he played for the United States in the Olympic team,
He had not been out of the first round in the playoffs. The Nuggets got knocked out of the first round every time they were in when Anthony was with them. And some of the other USA players, they teased him about it because some had some very good playoff success. And that following year, Clyde, it seemed to motivate it. That's when he changed his game a bit, and that's the year they went to the conference final. Anthony, nice feed to Turioff.
And that's what he has to do. To me, the real value of a superstar is that a guy that can elevate the play of the guys around him.
Stoudemire, nice feed. That's what we just talked about. First Anthony with a pretty pass, now Stoudemire with the same.
Now that's inexplicable that he can start out 25 feet away dribbling like that and go in and make a basket.
Anthony, nice spin, and draws the foul.
You can see Carmelo is tight. He's doing his moves, but at the last moment there's a little hesitation, so he's been missing those shots. This guy has had it going. Melo releasing underneath.
Nice pass. Carmelo Anthony the finish. Phillips with his 5th assist.
That's what Phillips averaged on the season, but that time the good ESP with he and Melo. Seeing Melo ahead of the field, a superb pass to find him.
Anthony on the drive. Good defense from Maggette. That might be his toughest shot of the night, and that's the one he puts in.
That was his most difficult shot. Gyrating, hanging in the air, and then switching it through.
Anthony has 18 points, but he's just 7 of 18 from the field. Shot blocked by Williams. They won last night, and none of the Knicks who came over in the trade played. Anthony puts it up, puts it in. Three-pointer for Carmelo Anthony, and that puts the Knicks back up by 9. Timeout Milwaukee, and a standing ovation for Carmelo Anthony.
And Melo trying to erupt from his offensive stupor. Made 2 superb moves now.
Delfino bodies right up on Anthony. Anthony the drive and finish. No help down the other end, and Anthony slams it home. He's got 23.
Look at the baseline, wide open. He takes it with the sweet stuff.
The Knicks, meanwhile, and Stoudemire are very fortunate. Here's the play again. But down the other end, Clyde, after Stoudemire was called for the foul, he threw his glasses, and they didn't see it. That would have absolutely been a technical foul. And he's got to calm down.
He's been very lucky tonight. He's been asking for it.
Anthony calling for it. Drives in, puts up the shot, puts it in. Big bucket from Carmelo Anthony. Timeout Milwaukee. Stoudemire fouling out for the 2nd time this season. But with him out, Knicks still have a prime score. Anthony calling for the ball.
And you see this crowd is still here. No one heading for the exits. They're going to savor this victory tonight.
And there you see the most points in the Knicks debut. Zalins feeds Bogut. 16 seconds remaining. Pretty good quick score there from Milwaukee. 4-point game again. Oh, and he throws it away. Fields out to Duel. Duel misses. Anthony a big rebound, and he's fouled. His 10th rebound. And now Anthony will shoot free throws. A rare mistake by Fields, who always shows such poise. And you hear a chant of Melo from the Garden crowd.
Very vociferous Melo.
He received such an ovation when he came out on the floor for warm-ups. And then in the starting lineups.
And again, this crowd has not left, folks. They're enjoying this one. Remember, Melo's still a very popular player because he played collegiately at Syracuse and also leading them to the title as a freshman.
11 fourth-quarter points for Carmelo Anthony. And the Knicks with some clutch free throws to hold the Milwaukee Bucks at bay. The Knicks get the victory in the debut of the new roster. Jennings misses. And a nice ovation. Carmelo Anthony wins in his Knicks debut. 27 points and 10 rebounds. He had 11 in the 4th quarter. Anthony gets his victory in his debut, and he's with Tina.
Mike, thank you. Carmelo, it's only been just over 24 hours since the trade became official, and you have already debuted, got a huge introduction at Madison Square Garden, and won your first game as a member of the Knicks. What does all of this mean to you?
It's a great moment for me. I'm never going to forget this moment. This is my first game of many here in the Garden. The fans was great tonight.
I was a little excited to get in this game going. As you can hear, man, we're going to have a lot of great times here in this arena.
What are you thinking of these Melo chants?
I love them, man. I'm home.
At halftime, you told Al Trautwig you were just trying to get used to the system. This team was just put together this afternoon, but you finished with 27 points, 10 rebounds. Your teammate that came with you, Chants Billups, also a key game. Did it feel like a team?
Well, we're basketball players. We're professional basketball players, and we get paid to do this. Regardless of what's the situation, we came in. Some of us came in this morning. Some of us came in at night. And we gelled to the best of our abilities tonight. We got a long season, but it started tonight with this one.
Carmelo, thank you. We'll be talking to you a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate it, y'all.
The heroics of Ray Allen and Paul Pierce bringing us to game number 2. Celtic fans ecstatic about their team's dramatic turnaround in the second half Sunday night. Again, a packed house at the TD Garden here in Boston as the NBA playoffs continue on TNT. It is the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics moments away from game 2 of this opening round series. Arnett facing up on Turiaf. Now here's the double as Fields came over. Rebounded by Anthony. The outlet to Fields with Pierce back. Nice move. Landry Fields with his first playoff field goal. Pierce is stopped, kept alive. Here is O'Neal block. Good play by Carmelo Anthony. And what has to please Ray Allen most about the other night that he was able to get shots off, and that had been a problem for the last 4 or 5 weeks as Anthony's able to curl in with a beautiful shot. Anthony with the step, count it, it's a goaltend and a foul. At a 9-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Anthony, it counts and the foul! He went glass and he was hacked. Final seconds of the first. West for 3. He thought he was fouled. Anthony with a long 3. Carmelo Anthony over Paul Pierce. Knicks have a 3-point lead. He is Boston without a turnover the last 15 minutes. Carmelo Anthony with a clear path. Strong first half for Carmelo. 14 points, 10 rebounds. Nice pass from Anthony to set it up for Jeffries. The assist for Carmelo. Knicks trying to tie up the series at 1 apiece. Game 3 at the Garden in New York on Friday night. Boston trying to take a 2-0 lead. Here's Anthony with a deep 3. There is Sean Williams. That shot partially blocked. But Anthony is right there. Carmelo Anthony with the bucket, and he was fouled. Rondo again given the outside shot. Nice ball fake, and then he lost it. Picked off by Douglas. Douglas on the move. Missed the layup. Chased down by Williams. Anthony for 3 with the quick release. Oh! And a technical foul has been called as Ray Allen was shoved. He went down hard. May have been Bill Walker. Celtics have their biggest lead of the night. Here is Anthony.
Boy, did they need that.
Jeff Green is on Carmelo Anthony. And a foul, not a good foul by Green with Boston over the limit.
And Doc Rivers can't believe it.
Good look from Mason. Anthony was stopped. Anthony with the follow. It counts. And the foul. 5-on-4 here for the Celtics. Garnett spinning his way. Celtics cannot take advantage. The lead out for Anthony met by Pierce, and he scores. Carmelo Anthony with 37 points to bring the Knicks within 2.
This is unreal.
It's been all Carmelo. Leading Turiaf was wide open, and the game is tied. Rony Turiaf from Carmelo Anthony, who picks up his 5th assist. Anthony, yes,
man.
39 points, which equals his high game as a Knick. The Knicks playing without Amari Stoudemire and Chauncey Billups, led by the man with the basketball, Carmelo Anthony, tied with the Celtics. Pretty pass from Anthony, finding Jeffries on the hop. They double up on Anthony. Mason. Shot clock at 2. Anthony. Yes!
Oh,
Carmelo Anthony from downtown. The Knicks take a 3-point lead, 42 points. Spike Lee enjoying it. Playoff career high, tied by Carmelo Anthony.
Welcome back to the Carmelo Anthony Show in Boston. And whereas Melo struggled in game one. He has turned it around in a big way here in game two, doing it from every angle, from every way you can possibly think. In transition, pull-ups, three-pointers, the turnaround over Pierce. How about the last one? Just remarkable. The bump, the step through, knocks it down. 42 points, tying his career high.
Celtics again with a chance to recapture the lead.
Mismatch with Mason.
Here's Pierce, slips it inside to Garnett. Boston up by one. Inbounds to Jeffries, takes it back, 10 seconds. Anthony. Jeffries try to throw it down low. Garnett got to it, looked to call for time and succeeded. Timeout Boston with 4.1 remaining. This time, the timeout was recognized. And Walker fires one. That will do it. The Celtics take a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 opening round series. Another disheartening loss for the Knicks, led by an extraordinary performance by Carmelo Anthony, who put up 42 points and 17 rebounds. They got back into it after trailing by as many as 11, but as you mentioned, Steve, down the stretch, Boston able to execute, and they make it 11 straight wins against the Knicks here in Boston. Christmas Day in Manhattan, always a great holiday feel here in New York. No snow, but a mild 43 degrees. Just past noontime as the NBA season gets underway at Madison Square Garden. NBA on TNT Premier Week being presented by PhotoTrader.com. Marv Albert with Steve Kerr and Craig Sager. It's the Boston Celtics. Marquise Daniels also checks in. Jermaine O'Neal departs. That counts in the foul. Carmelo Anthony going glass, and he will head to the line. Biggest lead of the game. Picks up by 7. Whoops. Anthony with the steal and the bucket. And pass from Wilcox.
You said Wilcox used to play for the Knicks. It looked like he still thought he was on the Knicks. There have been so many different looks for this team, not just in the last year and a half, but how about for Mike D'Antoni during his 3+ years here? I mean, they went through the roster purging in years 1 and 2, and then the big free agent signing of Stoudemire, and then the trade of Carmelo. So I think Mike D'Antoni finally feels like this is his team as Carmelo knocks down the 3. But this is what D'Antoni was waiting for. He's got the horses now. Can he put it together?
Daniels defending on Anthony. And that's a very tough matchup for the Celtics. Marquise Daniels.
Yeah, we asked Doc Rivers, what are you going to do with Carmelo? He said Pavlovich, Daniels, and then the third guy will be called double team.
This is Shumpert for Anthony. Yes. Carmelo Anthony heating up.
It's going to be interesting to see how many of those lobs Tyson Chandler gets this year. Anthony lines up the 3 and knocks it down. But Chandler offensively is very limited, but when he's played with great point guards in his career, Chris Paul and Jason Kidd in particular, he'll get 2 or 3 of those lobs per game.
There's Carmelo with no hesitation from downtown. 2 minutes gone by in the 4th. Anthony again. 25 for Carmelo.
That's why he's here, and you think Boston got the message? I mean, they have come out and been so much more aggressive. It's shown in the rebound numbers as Chandler on the out-of-bounds play. Beautiful setup.
That is a rough break for Shumpert and the Knicks. Nice pass from Rondo, and O'Neal is blocked. Stoudemire played by Vance. Got to put a head fake. And the game is tied. A 3-pointer for Carmelo Anthony. He has 12 here in the 4th quarter. Knicks have a full timeout on a 20. Nice fake by Anthony. Knicks also have a foul to give. Celtics have 2 20-second timeouts remaining. The Knicks lead by 2. Here's Daniels getting inside to tie the game. Buckets got picked off. Rondo gets it down low. Here's fast block from behind by Stoudemire. Out of the The Knicks 106, the Celtics 104 with 16.3 to go here in the fourth. Here's Garnett looking to tie it. The Knicks have defeated the Celtics. Carmelo Anthony, particularly down the stretch, 17 of his 37 in the fourth. He's with Craig.
Well, Carmelo, very heated game, some emotion there at the end, but you grabbed your teammates here at center court. What'd you tell them?
We willed our way to this win. It wasn't easy. We knew it was going to be a battle. We got up early. Boston, being a veteran team like they are, they came back, made some runs. We stuck with it, and we won the game tonight.
17 of your 37 in the fourth quarter. You were double teamed with Garnett coming out on you. How are you able to get your shot up when there's no space?
It's easy. If my man backed off on me, shoot it. If I got two, pass the ball, find somebody else.
Congratulations and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you, Mark.
Welcome to the Sunday Showcase on a beautiful April Sunday afternoon in New York City. A sellout crowd on Easter Sunday at Madison Square Garden. And a huge game for both the Knicks and the Bulls. Chicago trying to stay atop the Eastern Conference. Their battle with Miami down the stretch of the regular season. The Knicks, meanwhile, fighting for their playoff lives in one of the final spots in the Eastern Conference with 2.5 weeks to go in the regular season.
Only chance they have to be great and to be a championship team is for everyone. Hamilton, Dang, Rose, and their bigs to be playing at a high level come April and May.
Carmelo Anthony's been playing at a high level. Had a rough start to the season. Was booed earlier this year here at the Garden. But in the last 6 games, averaging almost 28 a game.
And they're able to spread the floor more as he knocks in a three because they're always cross-matched. Stoudemire, who's an outstanding offensive player, and Lynn, who's a very good offensive player. Their strengths were not defense as Anthony hits another pull-up. And while there's some things you would like him to do better as Anthony knocks in another three, he has been solid and steady.
Meanwhile, Anthony 4 for 4 from the field. Off to a fantastic start. Rose draws the foul as he goes crashing into the cameraman.
Chandler wouldn't be who he is defensively if he just allowed people to punk him like that.
Anthony knocks it down.
What Howard wants as Anthony goes to the basket for another easy basket. What Howard wants or what Stan says is irrelevant.
Rose on the pull-up. And Shumpert hit him. Shumpert confused by the call, but Rose will go to the line. Oh, that goes right back to Anthony. Single coverage. Anthony on the drive. Dang stays right with him. Anthony on the follow. Great defense, but better offense that time. Shot clock down to 7. Rose on the drive. Spins back to Gibson. Gibson from the elbow is good. How about this? It's back to 8. Knicks led this game 27-6. Anthony goes right at Boozer. Counted and a foul. 3.5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Knicks do not have a foul to give here. Ball knocked away. Rose gets it back. Puts it in and a foul. That's one of the characteristics of Derrick Rose. He never gives up on a play. Davis makes his move, gets in the paint, past Boozer. Underneath, tries the reverse, won't go. Chandler's tip misses, gets it back again. Anthony, the little fake, the pull-up, puts it in. Nice extra pass and extra dribble from Anthony.
I remember back when I was coaching and he came into the league. Rick Brunson, who's an assistant for the Chicago Bulls staff, as Rose knocks in the three, was telling me what a great guy is. And he stayed the same from the time he came in the NBA to now.
Rose tries a three. That's good. Derrick Rose now coming alive. Anthony gets past Boozer. Wild pass to Smith. J.R. Smith connects on a three. Knicks have not been hitting from downtown this afternoon except for Anthony. And that puts them back up by 5. As Rose pulls up and knocks it in, and it's back to 3 again. Can you concentrate on the game?
I am, but my M&Ms are important.
Rose puts it up and puts it in and ties the game. Derrick Rose here in the third quarter, 14 points. And Tom Thibodeau's Bulls have come back from 21 down.
The ball pressure by the bigs of New York is really impacting Chicago.
Smith misses again. Hamilton releases. And J.R. Smith now 3 for 12 from the field. Anthony knocks it down. That's his second field goal here in the third quarter. Anthony gets inside, triple team, and gets it to go. How did that shot go in? It almost looked like it was below the rim as it was approaching it. Bulls have done a good job of neutralizing Steve Novak. Anthony drives and gets hammered. And as that sheet came over, one of the best defenders in the league, Luol Deng, on one of the best defensive teams. Rose will try a three, puts it in, and a foul. Derrick Rose with a chance for a 4-point play. Then Chicago goes up by 8. What a second half for Rose as Shumpert hit him for his 3rd personal. And Rose completes the 4-point play. And what a turnaround, a 30-point turnaround in this game. Anthony gets in and draws the foul. Won't go as he got his headband whacked. Well, Novak gets off the bench. Taj Gibson knocks down a jumper, and Chicago leads by 10 with 3:40 to play. Anthony spins, block, but a goaltend. And that looked like the right call. Fabulous spin move from Anthony. Boozer made a great effort on the play, but the ball apparently on its way down. Rose the drive. Flips it up, won't go. Shumpert the rebound. Final minute here at the Garden. Anthony high steps, gets to the basket, gets hit, puts it in, and one. Chance for a 3-point play as the Knicks cut it to 3. Tough, aggressive move from Carmelo Anthony. Shumpert comes free. Anthony catches, finds Novak. Novak for 3. Oh, in and out. Halfway down. Rebound, Chicago saves it a Brewer. Knicks have to foul now. Shumpert trying to get Rose, and there's the foul. Rose misses another. Smith has it. Knicks down 3. Should the Bulls foul? No. Anthony for 3. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied. 38 points for Carmelo Anthony, and a long 3-pointer to tie the game with 11.2 remaining. And missed free throws down the stretch by Chicago.
4 straight missed free throws, and this is why, with this much time, I wouldn't have fouled you. Not shot the free throw well. Well, your 2 best players missed 4 straight free throws, Deng and Rose. Here, Gibson has to push up, but this is just an incredible shot.
In the hands of the reigning MVP. Rose pulls back, puts it up. Off the mark, overtime at the Garden. The Bulls led by 10 with 3.5 to go in the game. Noah drives, puts it in, and a foul. Pretty pass from Derrick Rose.
And it started with a great screen by Noah.
Anthony on the drive, pull-up jumper, side of the backboard. Tough shooting over 6'9" length that Deng has. Rose to the basket, flips it up and in. Oh, what a shot from Derrick Rose. And the Bulls go up by 4. Rose shooting over Chandler, that's good.
Another great screen by Noah. Gets Shumpert off of Rose's body. He's able to attack Chandler, who has 5 fouls, and knocks in the short jump shot.
Anthony drives on Noah, gets inside, lays it in. 2-point game. 40 points for Carmelo Anthony. Shumpert fights over the screen. Rose stripped of the ball by Smith. In the hands of Anthony. Anthony for 3. Puts it in! Knicks by 1 with 8.2 remaining. And again, you've got a 6'9" guy on you. He's a couple of feet again beyond the arc. Boy, both teams hitting such big shots. Throwing some missed free throws. And now Chicago with a chance with 8.2 remaining. Anthony 4 of 5 from downtown. 43 points for Anthony. And that is a season high for him.
That's a well-defended. Look at Luol Deng, and he fouled him.
Deng will inbound with Noah, Korver, Boozer, and Rose. Shumpert picks him up on the switch. They both fall down inside to Noah. Noah on the dribble. Back out to Korver. Final seconds. Rose dribbles it off. Rose drives, puts it up. No good. And the Knicks win in overtime. What a thriller at Madison Square Garden. Carmelo Anthony, perhaps his finest moment as a Knick. 2 clutch threes, one at the end of regulation, one in the final seconds of overtime. And what a huge win for the Knicks here over the Chicago Bulls.
Carmelo, you were 10 down with 3.5 to play in regulation. You trailed again in overtime. What is different about this team that allows us to fight through that?
We made stops. We kept our composure, although they made a run. We buckled down, took it play by play, kept our composure, kept our confidence, and we won the game.
Prior to the 3 that tied it at the end of regulation, you had made 2 passes as you caught the ball on that 3rd play. What were you thinking?
I'll make those passes any day. I'll make them all day, every day. Them guys were open. I made the right play. We got to make those shots, and I believe that they'll make them.
When this team plays defense and wins this kind of game, how do you believe you fit amongst the best teams in the NBA?
This is a morale win for us. We came out here, we gutted it out. We had a will to win today, and we did. I'll take my hat off to everybody on my team.
Welcome to a gorgeous night in New York after a spectacular 75-degree day with another sellout in Madison Square Garden. It's the Boston Celtics taking on the New York Knicks. Here we go, and this is Avery Bradley to Kevin Garnett, who Tyson Chandler quickly picks up on. Rondo has been red hot, as has Paul Pierce, who puts in the first score tonight. Knicks at home are 20-11, losing here to Miami on Sunday, 93-85. Carmelo Anthony, who has been shooting over the last 11 games, 51% from the field, shows you why right there. Davis to Anthony. And Carmelo gets his own miss and puts it up. He does that a lot, doesn't he? He is always on that offensive glass.
Yeah, Doc Rivers had a great statement. He said, Carmelo Anthony is so quick on the 2nd and 3rd jump after he misses his first shot. It reminds me of Dominique Wilkins. He might have been the only one quicker to go get it after he had a miss.
Carmelo. 7 points for Carmelo Anthony early in the game.
He takes it right at the defender, protects it with his body. The left side of his body shields off the defender. That first step so quick.
Game of runs so far. Boston a little 6-0 run right now. That was knocked out. That's good. Pierce. Here comes Fields with the drive. Got right by Bass, and there was no one to back him up. And Landry Fields out of Stanford puts it in. Fields. Bradley coming over to close. Offensive rebound by Carmelo Anthony. And a great find in Chandler, who sails in for a 4th point right there.
Aren't the Knicks doing a great job cutting without the basketball? And then Carmelo, you're open, he'll find you. He's willing to pass.
Pierce takes it and working on Fields, and another foul going on Landry Fields. Carmelo driving on Pierce. Snaps it out to Smith for 3.
To have sometimes people surrounding you also act the same way. When you see Carmelo hit that, Jay, 22 consecutive games. He's had 10 or more assists. He's approaching John Stockton's record of 29 consecutive games with 10 or more assists.
The Magic and even more over the course of a couple different seasons. He was in the 40s. Sasha Pavlich has come in. Here is J.R. Smith. He's hit 2 in a row. Anthony is 4-6 with Pavlich. To Pierce and a shove and a foul. That goes right there.
You see Carmelo come right off the bench and immediately turn and hit a 3-pointer.
Anthony has played spectacular offensive basketball. 15 points, 6 of 8 from the field. Here's Anthony again, who is really on fire. 7 of 9, 17. Anthony draws the double. Mike Bibby for 3. Here comes Anthony, who has been so hard to guard. The basket, as the goaltender's called, against Kevin Garnett. Here comes Paul Pierce. He's got 9, working on Novak. And Brandon Bass. Under a minute to play here in the 2nd quarter. Pierce with the triple. Boston is shooting 54%. They're 6 of 9 from 3-point territory. Anthony. Novak for 3. 13 points for Steve Novak. Raised in Milwaukee, went to Marquette. Pierce got a Garnett screen, works in on Fields. Kevin Garnett.
You get those 3-second calls when an offensive rebounder like Tyson Chandler thinks his teammate's going up for a shot, and instead they don't go up with it.
Garnett. He's at 2 in a row. 1 from inside, that one from out. He's got 13.
Don't ever count out the Celtics team.
Anthony blows by Paul Pierce. And Carmelo, 9 of 13 for 21 points to match the 21 off the bench of J.R. Smith. Pierce. Right into Fields.
He said Amari Stoudemire will be in the starting lineup. He said, it's my job as a coach to make it work.
Carmelo Anthony, nothing but net right there, 10 of 14.
Paul Pierce on the attack, gets fouled, going to the basket.
Rondo with 3. Chandler is clutched down to the ball and grabs his 4th rebound with his 10 points. Chandler is averaging a double-double this season. Davis a 3. Stepping into it, rebound by Rajon Rondo on the fly. Off to Pierce, a 3. And a foul. A foul, so he'll go to the stripe, and 3 from the line coming up for the Boston Celtics. Rondo and Davis. Smith is watching Pierce. Now they switch. Paul. Got it. Pierce, a terrific third quarter. 12 points in the third. 24 for the game. Inside. Bulldozing for 2 is Carmelo Anthony. Look at the driving Anthony. Getting his own miss. He has collected about 4 offensive rebounds tonight. Pierce. Anthony got beat and he knew it. 14 in the quarter for Paul. Top 20 in scoring in the NBA. Carmelo driving a foul. Reaching in was Paul Pierce. Here comes Duel. Shot clock is down to 4. Pierce. He is 7 of 13. That's a triple. He's got 29. 2 seconds difference. Game clock and shot clock. Here comes Carmelo into Pierce. Into Chandler. And Steamsma turned his head, and Chandler exploits it. 12 in the quarter for Chandler. Shot clock at 9. Pavlovich is watching Carmelo. Novak for 3. What a game he's had. Novak has been terrific from beyond the arc. He is now 5 of 7 shooting the 3 ball tonight.
Didn't the coach just tell Seggs that he needed a 3, Novak to loosen up? He got it.
And Paul Pierce will put in one, his 3rd 3-point shot tonight. Down low, little shove, and a foul.
Doc has great vision down the road. He's patient, and he stayed with it.
Pavlovich was trying to watch Carmelo Anthony, and that is a tough battle right there for anybody. Dueling. Garnett. Pierce for 3. Paul Pierce has been terrific tonight for the Boston Celtics with 37 points. That is a season high. Passes in. There's a screen by Chandler, and Carmelo Anthony with that sweet stroke has just put in his 33rd. It's Paul Pierce who has all 10 of the Celtic points in this quarter. Paul has registered 39. They go inside, and Carmelo Anthony. What a shootout here. Anthony with 35 and Pierce with 39. Pierce, Shumpert defending. A little step back right there, clearing some space. You were talking about the strength of Anthony. Paul Pierce has got some nice
he's showing. He used that left arm, left shoulder to clear Shumpert away, get enough room to get that shot up.
Novak is watching Rondo. Pierce will take it right into the thicket of those defenders for New York in a foul call.
The matchup that's hard for the Celtics here is this one. Carmelo Anthony being guarded by Pavlovich.
Novak at 3. Good! Right between the eyes. Again. Kaboom! With this assist, Carmelo Anthony has his 2nd career triple-double.
Across the court, he finds the screen down on Novak. Novak behind the 3-point line. He's ready to celebrate. Look at Carmelo. Whoa, buddy. Settle down. Novak gets the word, turns right to the huddle, walks in and sits down. Carmelo doesn't want any celebrating until this game is over. Don't start too soon. What a superb all-around performance by Carmelo Anthony.
The Knicks had an 18-0 run late in the first, early second. They led by 19. Knicks cut the margin to 6 in the 4th quarter. They never got closer.
Welcome to a sold-out Madison Square Garden in New York City. It's Game 4 of the opening round playoff series between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks. Anthony, good open look. That shot won't go. He has really struggled. 34%. Comes down the other end to James, and James lays it in. 6 straight points by the Heat. And they're quickly up by 5. Meanwhile, Stoudemire with a pretty pass. Nothing going down easily for Carmelo Anthony, but he's able to convert. And the Heat lead cut to 5. And Bosh puts it up, and it's Wade now on Anthony. Bosh looking to help. Anthony gets inside. Good hard move. Easy bucket for James as Mike Miller with a pretty pass. James again, he was struggling through the first 3 quarters as he knocks it off Davis. First 3 quarters of Game 3, he had 8 turnovers. He was in foul trouble. And then all of a sudden, the game belonged to him. And he quieted some taunts and cheers that he heard from the crowd. It was his first playoff game here at Madison Square Garden.
But I find it funny when people say that fueled him. Well, what happened? Didn't fuel him the first 3 quarters. I mean, it just, everybody writes the story after the story as he makes a jump shot. The guy has had bad stretches before and come out and played great. He doesn't need any fuel.
LeBron James is now on Novak. Novak was saying every time he's entered the game in this series, all 5 Heat players say Novak's in, Novak's in. As Carmelo Anthony rattles in that one. Coming up on 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Still even. James to drive. So difficult to defend. James hearing the boos now every time he touches. Chalmers goes back door. Poor defense from J.R. Smith. James left wide open. Rattles that one in. He's in double figures. They lob it in. Anthony quick up and in. That's a long .9, but he got it to go. Anthony on the drive on Battier. Goes up and under. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Follows good. And a good hard play, but the Knicks offense falling into that same predicament right now, Jeff, where guys are standing around while Carmelo Anthony plays the isolation game. Shot clock down to 7. Smith on the drive. Gets inside. Misses. Anthony's tip won't go. And here comes Chalmers to Wade. James cutting to the basket. Lays it in. Good look from Dwayne Wade. And it's back up to 7. James once again fronting Anthony. Fields on the drive. Nice feed. Pretty pass from Landry Fields. Well, Knicks in game 3 had 8 total assists for the game. They had 6 here in the first half. And we have a double foul on Anthony and LeBron James. I know you don't necessarily love the double foul call, but sometimes it's a good deterrent.
Don't love it? That's an understatement. If anything, if there was a foul there, it was LeBron James pushing off. I didn't even see a foul.
James called for his second foul. Now they're starting to tighten it up. Those two have been wrestling quite a bit last several times up and down the court.
Well, LeBron James is trying to. Wow.
There's not a lot there either. They lost Iman Shumpert in game 1 with that knee injury. Devastating knee injury. He might not be ready for the start of next year. And an offensive foul. LeBron James picks up his 3rd. Carmelo Anthony took a shot. You don't usually see those called offensive. Let's take a peek. He just went up and his elbow caught. I think Anthony just had his face in the wrong spot. Turnover by Wade. Haslam didn't cut. Here's J.R. Smith. Goes right at James. Back to Anthony. Lays it in. And it's a 4-point game. Timeout Miami. Anthony guarded by James again. Makes his move. Tough turnaround shot. That's good. Tie game. Knicks have come back from 11 down here in the 3rd to tie it up. Shot clock at 4. James, a contested shot. Won't go. Bibby the rebound. Throws it ahead to Anthony. 1 man to beat. Drives on Wade. Gets inside. Block. But a foul. Anthony wanted a goaltend. But I don't believe they've scored the goal. Yes, they do. A goaltend and the foul. Chants have beat the Heat. The Garden crowd was dead earlier in the 3rd quarter, but this run has turned it around. Battier now on Carmelo Anthony. Anthony's jump shot. That's good. Anthony again, the one-on-one. Drives on Battier. Kicks it out. Bibby. Bibby an open 3. Puts it in. Mike Bibby. And the Knicks back up by 4. Anthony against Battier again. Tough turnaround shot. That's good. Carmelo Anthony lighting it up here in the 3rd. And the Knicks back up by 6. James a 3-pointer. It's good. LeBron James answers back. Anthony to Stoudemire. Gets loose. Knicks back up by 1. That's a second beautiful pass from Carmelo Anthony. Smith launches another. James gets ahead of steam. Drives on Novak. And Novak with the foul. Steve Novak did not stand a chance on that particular play. Smith again from way outside. And Wade the rebound. Anthony trying to poke it away. And Wade shaken up again. Slow to get up. He's hurting. Off the turnover. Anthony fakes, drives past him. Clutches, puts it in, and a foul. Wade didn't even make an attempt to run down. He's shaken up on the play. There's a bit of a limp to him. And Carmelo Anthony took full advantage to tie the game. 32 for Carmelo Anthony. Knicks back up by 1. Anthony missed Stoudemire. Cut to the basket. You didn't see him. Makes the drive. Double clutches shot. Good. 34 for Carmelo Anthony. Anthony to Smith. Wide open three. And Smith's nightmare game shooting continues. He's 3 for 15. James the drive. And got whacked. See that mouth guard he's been wearing with the Roman numeral 16.
I think he should have a new one every time they win a game.
Well, the 16 signifies how many wins they'll need in the playoffs to get a championship, so he's down to 13. So you want him to get a new one?
Exactly. You got to stay in the precious present.
He can certainly afford new ones. These custom-made deals.
That should be a handout at the Miami American Airlines Arena for all fans.
Anthony calling for the lob. Single coverage against Battier. Backs in. Inside. Puts it up. Fouled. With 4.5 left on the clock, he'll shoot 2 free throws as we've got a full timeout. Short. Stoudemire the rebound. Dribbles. Stripped by James. Great hands from LeBron James.
Stoudemire's had the ball stripped a number of times today by bringing it down low.
Wade the drive. Nice adjustment. Oh, what a beautiful move from Dwayne Wade. And the Heat back up by 2. Shot clock down to 8. James now back on Carmelo Anthony. Anthony, nice fake, tough fall away. Puts it in. Tough shot. Tie game with 2 to play. Smith on the drive. Bibby from the corner. Bang! And the veteran Mike Bibby, who had so many big three-pointers in his playoff career with Sacramento. Perhaps helping the Knicks get the victory today, but still plenty of time remaining. James is open. James for 3. Knocks it down! LeBron James answers back to tie the game. James hit big three-pointers in game 3. Clutch one right there as we come up on a minute remaining. Smith is tied up. Smith looking, gets it to Anthony. 5 on the shot clock. Anthony, one dribble. That's a 3. It's good! Carmelo Anthony from way downtown. He's got 40.
Well, a very poor offensive set resulted in a late clock, high 1-4 isolation. He just raised on Shane Battier. Well defended, but give Anthony credit.
Knicks do not have any fouls to give. The Heat do. They have one foul to give. Both teams still with timeouts remaining. Feed to Bosch. Stoudemire in pursuit. Wade throws it behind him. That's going to be a turnover. And a backcourt violation. Knicks ball with 40.9 remaining. You can go in the backcourt. Anthony, though, able to get it. Battier right on top of him. Anthony fires another 3 and is fouled by Battier. That makes it a 2-possession game. And again, the Heat still have a timeout left, but they're down by 4. James spins, gets inside, puts it in, and the foul! LeBron James with a chance for a 3-point play, and the foul on Chandler is his 6th. What a move from James. James completes a 3-point play, 1-point game. Up top is Wade, Fields on him. Wade drives, helped out by Stoudemire. Wade lost it, got it back. Final seconds, Wade for 3. Won't go. Game over. There'll be a game 5. And the Knicks' playoff losing streak comes to an end.
And outside the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York. Knicks and Nets, round 2. Be interesting to see how well those two coexist tonight. Side by side, courtside. Felton with the floater. Rebounded by Evans. And Brewer with the steal. Jason Kidd shooting 50%, and you see why from downtown.
And it'll be interesting when both he and Shumpert come back, how Mike Woodson handles, as Anthony knocks it in, how he handles their place in the rotation. Does he start one or both?
All this on Anthony. Melo with a nice move and got all the way to the bucket. Anthony in isolation again, a turnaround shot. And he's got 8. Williams on the drive. Had it knocked away. Evans had it blocked by Wallace. Felton for 3. Got it. That's a pretty loud cheer for the Barclays Center when the Knicks score. Carmelo with the 3, and he knocks it down. The New York Knicks, remember, knocking down almost 12 three-pointers a game. Anthony against Wallace. They double team him. Didn't matter. That one halfway down and out for Darren Williams. Anthony in rhythm. And another 3-ball for Carmelo Anthony. Anthony with an open look from 3. Got it. And Melo slices the lead to a tenuous 4 points. He's got 20 already. Game clock is off. 10 seconds to go in the half. Melo on the drive. All the way to the bucket with 1.8 to go. Get over to Brewer. Carmelo for 3. Wow. They need to throw some water on him. He is sizzling. Melo. Kidd for 3. It is simply amazing the way that Jason Kidd has remade himself as a three-point shooter. Anthony, meanwhile, on the quick drive and 1. So out of the timeout, coach. They get a 3-point opportunity from Carmelo. Prigioni has given the Knicks some good minutes in the early part of the season here, the veteran of the Argentina national team. Had a chance to talk with him prior to the game, asked him about the biggest adjustment as Melo gets loose underneath. And Prigioni said, the biggest adjustment for me has been the sheer number of games. Felton back to Carmelo for 3. And Carmelo makes it a 1-point contest. Carmelo Anthony, wow. Unbelievable, a season high for Melo with 39 points and the meter still running with a little over 6 minutes to play. Melo off the miss. Chandler had his back in the tip, and New York takes the lead from Brooklyn. Timeout. Nets. Wow. A crash to the court, no whistle, and Gerald Wallace is still lying on the court. The Knicks have numbers of 5-on-4. Wallace now just getting up and limping back.
Smith is hurt as well.
And Carmelo appropriately deciding the issue with a pull-up jumper. Carmelo is fouled. Hear that MVP chant raining down on Carmelo Anthony. Brooklyn with a full timeout remaining.
They don't need a 3. Go to the rim.
Johnson. Guarded by Felton. Wallace, not the guy you want. They'll get another chance. Williams for the tie. Ball game. Knicks win.
Carmelo, you were born in Brooklyn, lived here until you were 9, but you're also looking opposite a team that much has been made of the rivalry. Was this a matter of personal pride, your performance tonight?
I wanted to win. I felt like last game, we lost that game on our own. It wasn't nothing that the Nets did. We made some plays down the stretch. Overtime, we got tired. This game, you know, fatigue didn't set in. We made the right plays when it counted, got some stops, and we won the game.
Tyson Chandler has said you are a different guy. What is different about Carmelo Anthony this season?
I'm just focused. I'm real focused. My teammates are focused. We all buying into one another. We trust one another, and we know what's at hand. We want to win.
There is a play inside 3 minutes. It was an extra effort. How much of this team is about toughness?
Well, we mentally tough. Physically, we tough. And we go out there, we do what we got to do to win basketball games. Tonight was a tough win on the road, and we'll take it.
Congratulations, Melo. Jonesy.
The next Carmelo Anthony playing the best basketball of his NBA career. Season-high 45 the other night against the Nets. And how about Jason Kidd? 6 more three-pointers the other night. Leads the NBA in shooting the 3 at 53%. He's now the shooting guard. Shot clock to 3. Anthony, yes! Off the steal. Carmelo with the pull-up. Another 3 for Carmelo Anthony.
That's been the story for the Lakers. Turnovers.
As Jamison fires one up, comes up short. Here's Kidd. Anthony back, pulls it up, wide open. Oh, my goodness.
You know, Mark, problem athlete. Them 2 shots he took, I didn't like those shots, but they went in. They're shooting these threes at an unbelievable level right now.
That's a 3-point attempt by the one-time Nick Chris Duhon. Chandler felt he was pushed. Halfway through this opening quarter, 18-13 lead for the Knicks. Anthony, yes! He has been unconscious, 4 for 4, 3 from downtown, 11 points in all, and the Knicks lead by 7.
Bryant said this morning that while he's always hopeful that every game is the game that the Lakers will start to turn things around, the problem is he doesn't know which Lakers team will show up. I asked him if he was worried about wasting an individual start that is, at least statistically, the best of his career, and Bryant said, I think that every year we don't win a title is a waste.
Trying to get it back, now recovered. And the Knicks going to reset. Jordan Hill, originally a first-round pick of the Knicks. Anthony on the draw! Carmelo Anthony explodes. He has 15 points, 6 of 7 from the field. In and out, back tap, Knicks on it. Already it's the Knicks' highest first quarter total of the season. Yes! And it counts. Carmelo Anthony will head to the line. You know what Woodson's record is since taking over? Not counting playoffs, 34-11, which is incredible. It's Carmelo Anthony now has 22 points in this opening quarter. On the turnover, Anthony takes advantage. The other factor, though, how often have the Lakers been able to practice since D'Antoni took over? Not that it would matter without Gasol and Nash. I realize that.
No, that's a major factor. No training camp, very little practice time. Carmelo's going to get fouled and scores using that brute strength.
That'll wrap it. The Knicks go to 17-5, their best start in 12 years. They've won 8 of the last 9. #1 in the East now.
We're at the corner of 33rd and 7th Avenue, the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, and one of the most recognized marquees in the entire world. Today, the matchup between the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. The Hawks trying to gain a game on the Miami Heat, who lost earlier today. The Knicks, leaders in the Atlantic Division.
Prigioni, the member of the Argentina national team. Anthony with his first field goal of the game, a 3-ball. Anthony with a quick catch and shoot. That's what he does.
Amari Stoudemire gives no sort of help at all.
Nice
allows a straight line basket.
Nice pass by Felton. Kicks it back out. The extra pass to Melo. Anthony gesturing as if to say, finally.
I'll tell you what, this team plays with a lot of heart. Credit Larry Drew for the job he's doing as Carmelo is warming.
Boy, when he's in rhythm, JB, he is lethal from that three-point line. Smith, a little get back, couldn't find it. And rebounded by Stoudemire. 2-point Knicks lead. Melo from another burrow. He scored their last 9. Felton using the ball screen. Kick out to a wide open Anthony from 3. Carmelo Anthony got off to a slow start, but he has connected on his last 4 threes in a row. Quick step back. Boy, when he starts cooking, there's a lot of hot grease in that pot. Carmelo ties Richie Guerin now. 29 straight games with 20 or more points. Felton on the kick out to Carmelo. Carmelo has scored 17 of their last 19 points.
You know, a great win against Utah, smoked them out of the building, and then a tremendous win today against Oklahoma City. So we'll see as Carmelo continues his hot shooting. Here to take a look at that, they're calling it a 2 right now. I certainly don't blame Joe for that as Carmelo hits another. How do you leave him wide open?
30 points with the meter still running for Carmelo Anthony. Knicks up by 1. Well, the story of the second and third periods for the Knicks and the game is this guy, Carmelo Anthony, with a career-high 8 3-pointers. Cross-court pass. Felton knocks it down.
Well, that's a play that Carmelo Anthony in years past might not make.
Smith kicks it out to Felton. Good ball movement. Carmelo for 3. That's 9. 9 threes and counting for Carmelo Anthony. Stevenson guarding Carmelo Anthony. Anthony with a few inches on him. Stevenson a good defender though. Didn't matter.
Well, he wanted a push off there for Melo.
Anthony working against Stevenson. Stevenson in his jersey. Wow. Need a bigger jersey. Stevenson getting all he can handle from the second leading scorer in the NBA, Carmelo Anthony. Shot it over him like he wasn't there that time.
I'm not letting Carmelo Anthony get this shot. He's been too good this evening.
Well, they started with Stevenson on him at the start of this period. Now they've got Josh Smith guarding him.
Well, let's see if they play it straight up or they double team.
Anthony working against Smith. Goes with it quick on the drive. And 1. Melo.
What a great job by Melo to go quick. You said it. He didn't allow Atlanta to set their D. He caught this ball, ripped through a move, goes right to the hoop, finishes with the right hand on the left side, and gets a little push from Josh Smith on the lower half to get the and 1 to put them up 2 potentially, which would be huge.
The New York fans here, the faithful responding with an MVP chant for a guy that's played like one tonight. 42 points for Carmelo Anthony. Here's Teague against Felton. Mismatch against Chandler. Smith with 3 seconds for the win. Knicks hold on.
Mike Whitson going to the same starting 5 that includes Pablo Prigioni and Kenyon Martin with the various injuries. Meanwhile, up front, for Dwayne Casey and the Raptors, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Jonas Valanciunas, Rudy Gay, and Landry Fields, who starts against the Knicks. They only started half their games, but Casey likes the way he plays Carmelo Anthony, and he'll be on Anthony to start here tonight in Toronto. Anthony against Fields, defended well. Shot tipped a couple of times, picked up by Prigioni, deflected by DeRozan. Anthony had a good look, but Valanciunas comes out to contest it. Drives right past him for the layup. And no help defense there for Toronto. Rudy Gay says, my fault. As Anthony's shot misses, Shumpert takes it away from him. Back to Anthony, in for the layup.
Excellent play from Iman Shumpert, and the Knicks get an easy bucket.
Yeah, Gady Coper that time bringing the rebound down, allowing Iman to knock it away.
Prigioni passes up the open shot initially. Now he's going to have to put up a difficult shot. Leans underneath, scoop shot. Oh, he banks it in. Pablo Prigioni as the shot clock expires, and then comes up with a steal on the inbounds. Back for Shumpert, out to Anthony, puts up a three, and puts it in. Terrific sequence for Pablo Prigioni. The circus shot, the steal, and then a three-pointer, and the Knicks lead by 4. Anderson back to Fields. Fields blocked by Anthony. Novak throws it ahead to Anthony. Anthony misses, gets it back again, back up, and banks it in. And the Knicks up by 14.
That's why the Raptors have been maligned as soft. That time just letting Melo maul them underneath.
Anthony knocks down that shot. 14 points for Anthony. Knicks up 14. Prigioni. Anthony, three-pointer. That's good. Good open look that time. He's got 18. DeRozan misses. And another strong rebound from Martin. No Rudy Gay to start the second half. Again, Gay's had a back problem recently. Left the game early with that. Anthony, nice turnaround. A rare single coverage shot for him. Anthony post up, turnaround shot. That's 2 of those here in the third quarter. Those are unstoppable, Clyde.
Yeah, because he spins away, assuming that the double team is coming. Doubling Melo now.
Smith for 3. J.R. Smith. And a good groove last couple of shots. Knicks back up by 9.
Now look at their defense.
Looks like a zone. Anthony gets a look, and Anthony's hit 3 straight.
Melo tantalizing them along the baseline.
Anthony shoots and hits at the buzzer. Carmelo Anthony knocks it down. They'll review it, but he got it off before time expired.
Melo pounding D.
Yeah. Carmelo Anthony with the block shot on Ross.
Moving those feet nicely, and then the rejection.
Carmelo Anthony just takes advantage of Landry Fields. 29 points for Anthony, Knicks by 7. Kenyon Martin right now on the bench. He's already played 30 minutes. Anthony again. Carmelo Anthony started the game 3 for 10 from the field. He's 9 for his last 16.
Now invincible is Melo. Anderson now has been carrying him offensively. Now has the formidable task of trying to deny Melo.
He's got a little more size than Landry Fields.
Well, they've got to double him, Mike. But they're letting him go one-on-one.
Anthony draws the foul, count it, and 1. Anderson wanted a charge. Carmelo Anthony, a tough shot, and a chance for a 3-point play.
And the Raptors not doubling Melo, letting him work. He makes him pay again.
Beautiful shot, Carmelo Anthony, 36 points. And again, after the slow start, he has been red hot here in the second half. And the Knicks have clinched a playoff berth for the 3rd straight season. They win their 3rd in a row and beat the Raptors for the first time this year.
NBA basketball on TNT. Proudly presented by State Farm tonight from American Airlines Arena, where the Miami Heat are 58-15. Only 3 losses at home all year. Miami #1 in the East. They have clinched the East, while the New York Knicks are just a half game behind Indiana for 2nd overall in the Eastern Conference.
You know, people forget this is a guy that's averaged over 24 games when he was with Toronto, and Carmelo continuing his flawless play here during this streak.
And the last time New York was down here in Miami, they defeated the Miami Heat handily without Carmelo Anthony. Hit him with a three-point barrage.
Carmelo again, he is feeling it.
The Knicks defense during this win string has been outstanding. Anthony knocks down a three, and Carmelo Anthony is off to a red-hot start here early. 3 for 3. To the elbow comes Carmelo and knocks another one down.
Wow, that play there, the way he's able to create space and still get that off in rhythm.
Carmelo ducks under. Mid-range jumper's good. He is on fire. Carmelo standstill jump shooting. A three is up and in with very little resistance. LeBron James out, a nagging hamstring that has bothered him since last Friday. Here's Carmelo launching another. And Carmelo Anthony has not missed.
It's hard to be better than perfect. Just right now, Carmelo is in a serious rhythm.
Anthony, the step back, and he hit that one with 1 on the shot clock. And Shumpert going to work along with Felton and Tyson Chandler screening high to kick it to Anthony. And why not from 3? He's done it again. That ball goes over the moon and in. 23 for Anthony. 9 of 10 shooting. The Heat drop back defensively. Felton out there along with Carmelo. Puts a dribble on the deck and sticks it. Knocks it down. Carmelo Anthony picking up where he left off. He hit his first 7 shots. Now 9, make it 10 of 13 from the field.
Well, they haven't had an answer for Carmelo offensively, but they've done a good job with rotations in terms of trying to provide help for everyone else except Carmelo.
Carmelo outside, ready, fires and hits, and Carmelo Anthony. It's laughable right now what he's doing. 12 of 15, 34 points. Was the league's #2 scorer, Carmelo Anthony. Felton breaks down Bosch into the lane, kicks it. Carmelo waiting, cranks in a 3.
And that was a similar possession to the last pick and roll that Felton ran to his strong hand, the right side. But the difference is Carmelo created an angle for him to find it for the jump shot.
Carmelo Anthony just continues to knock down jump shots. 14 of 17 from the field, 6 of 6 from the line. Anthony, the turnaround jump shot, and he's now done it from every angle, from every position out there. And that time with Battier leaning on him and knocking him to the court after the shot. Carmelo off the screen, triggers and hits. Anthony with 44 points now and counting, 6 shy of tying his career high, but more importantly for the Knicks, a 4-point lead with 4:08 remaining. Ball movement, and Anthony leans back and cranks in a 3. So much for the poor 3-point shooting in the month of March. It's now April, and Anthony is on fire, and the Knicks hold a 7-point lead with 3 on the shot clock. Anthony knocks it down just as time had expired on the shot clock. That gives him 50 points now. Carmelo Anthony with 50. Tying a career high. The Knicks win this one 102-90 in Miami to win the season series 3-1, led by splendid play from Carmelo Anthony. 50 points on a tremendous shooting exhibition. 18 of 26 from the field and 7 of 10 from 3.
Carmelo, you last month shot 26% on threes. What is it you like so much about April?
I don't know. I'm healthy. That's a big key for me. I know I had a tough month last year, down with injuries and things like that, but I feel good. I feel like beginning the season once again as far as my health goes.
Carmelo Anthony, 30 points per game over the last 8. He's joined by Chandler, playing his 2nd straight game after missing time with a neck injury. Shumpert, Prigioni, and Raymond Felton. The Knicks have not lost since Prigioni became a starter. And Anthony, I actually think that might have been a paint shot. It was awfully close after 18 field goals last night, all of them coming from 15 feet or deeper. Well, the Knicks know the importance of this game. Still in the lead for the 2 seed. Great pass to Felton by Carmelo Anthony to cut the Atlanta lead to 4. Here's Carmelo Anthony, 1 of 4 from the field, 4 points, 1 assist so far. Drives on Smith and scores. That's a tough task for Smith. Inside 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
A lot of quick shots.
Anthony catching and scoring. And Carmelo Anthony with 8 points here in the first quarter. Atlanta without a field goal in the last 6.5 minutes as Kenyon Martin gets the rebound.
That was a man-sized rebound right there. Kenyon Martin making his presence felt, and he was probably pretty comfortable with this Knicks team as Melo drops to 3.
Carmelo Anthony with 11 points out of the 21 for the Knicks. That's his first 3. Melo defended again by Smith. Not been a good matchup for Smith so far. Anthony on the baseline, gets the bounce. 13 first quarter points for Carmelo Anthony.
And I'm not sure I can find that.
What a shot by Carmelo Anthony, who has 16 points, 6 of 9 shooting.
Couple games back in the loss column now, the Mavericks, and they don't get to shave their beards as Carmelo continues the assault on the rim.
Left-handed that time. He's got 18 points.
Too many threes right now for the Hawks. 14 three attempts as Carmelo continues.
Anthony with 22 points, 8 of 11 shooting. Single covered, turns and fires, hits again. 24 for Carmelo Anthony in the first half. Anthony took a shot to the face that time by Stevenson. Prigioni put it up. Anthony got the rebound and drops it home, his 10th basket. Melo wants to bring it up himself. 26 points for Anthony. And a three. Prigioni, the oldest rookie in the NBA. In league history at age 35. He's been a pro since 95, just playing overseas. But
35-year-old rookie.
Anthony drops it through 28. He's 11 of 15. What a beautiful stroke.
Okay, my reaction to whenever Carmelo gets it is double team.
Here's Anthony again. 30 for Carmelo Anthony. His 26th 30-point game.
Dave, I don't understand how you can just sit here as a team and watch
Anthony again. Melo with 32. 13 of 18 from the floor. Here's Melo against Smith. Anthony falling away. Hit it again. 34 for Carmelo Anthony. Melo facing up on Smith. Anthony, jumper. Of course. 36 for Carmelo Anthony. 15 of 21. Lob to Melo, puts it in. What a pass by Kidd. A beautiful cut. That's 38 now for Anthony. Melo turns, fires. It's good. 7th 40-point game this season for Carmelo Anthony. 90 points the last 2 nights for Melo.
That might have been his easiest one. I mean, the Hawks just allowed him to pop out and shoot. Nice performance here, particularly on the defensive end for this Knicks team as they continue to roll 10 in a row. 40 minutes, 40 points. We're hoping to talk with Melo here courtside in a moment as the Knicks run their win streak to 10 in a row. 95-82, they beat Atlanta.
Again, Kenyon Martin not playing. Tyson Chandler remains as the starting center. Still going to play despite still some stiffness in that neck. Shumpert, Anthony, Prigioni, and Felton remain the other starters for Mike Woodson. Jennings and Ellis, the explosive backcourt. Larry Sanders, second in the league in shot blocking. And here's a key matchup, Felton and Jennings. Daniels is a good defender. And Anthony draws a foul right away on him. Carmelo Anthony right straight to the free throw line. 31 seconds in. Anthony's chasing Ellis on the switch. Ellis fires away. Melo ahead of the field. Releases down the other end. Good advance pass. And the Knicks score by 4. They have a lot of talent in a lot of areas. They've got some players who can score big. They've got role players. As Carmelo Anthony cans the 2-point. To me, it's a misshot. The Bucks should be better. Chandler, alley-oop to Carmelo Anthony. Perfect pass from Chandler, normally the recipient. And Anthony has his usual hot start. 8 points here in the first. As Anthony goes in and banks it in. Felton kicks it out. Copeland left open, in and out.
Anthony the rebound, back up, misses, get it again. Head fake and banks it in. He is so tough down low. Anthony, first shot of the second half is good.
You could mention Frazier without Bradley, without DeBusschere, without Reed, without Barnett. And the second championship, much more talented team that we had because we had Earl, we had Jared Lucas and Dean Miminger coming off the bench.
Bergioni to Anthony, throws up a three and puts it in. The Knicks back within 4.
Melo started to percolate now. Made his last 2.
Anthony got hit and counted. Carmelo Anthony starting to get hot. Anthony lost it, got it back, counted and won. So strong going to the goal, and he's got 22 points.
This time a little stumbling and bumbling by Melo.
Anthony again, 13 points here in the period, 25 for the game, and the lead is cut to 4 as the Bucks call timeout.
Well, Jerry Lucas was saying, even though you've seen various guys at different times, as J.R. Smith makes it a 1-point game, it's the first time in 40 years that the whole gang was back together, obviously with the exception of Dave DeBusschere.
Well, hey, we missed Dave, very much, but seeing these guys make you really feel like you're real champions.
Meanwhile, Knicks trying to take the lead. Anthony puts it in. Carmelo Anthony with 15 points on 6 of 6 shooting here in the third quarter, and the Knicks back up by 1. I think you guys inspired them at halftime.
Well, a lot of time Clyde alludes that, he gives me the credit for it, but, here's a guy, it's his team, he has to give up something as well, and, he never talks about, what he had to give up. So, when you have two people trying to do one thing and work together, it's like one mind.
J.J. Redick's shot was not correct.
Redick was hot the second half, but only Jennings now with the knack for the Bucks.
Smith, in and out and in again. Knicks absolutely on fire here in the third. Kid leaves his feet. Anthony takes his time, trying to bank it. Chandler with the tip, won't go. Anthony right there to tip it in. Anthony puts it in, 34.
Good spacing by the Knicks. Opening up the court, using some clock.
Anthony, it's good. Lead back to 10, timeout Milwaukee. We're looking for Chandler, 7 to shoot. Silver gets right up on him.
But again, look there, Mike, no doubles.
Anthony shoots over him, puts it in, 38. And the lead up to 12. And now the Knicks on the verge of their 11th straight victory. Anthony, bang! 41! And Kidd on the foul as Carmelo Anthony has tied Bernard King's record for 3 consecutive 40-point-plus games.
And let's take a look at the grandeur, the splendor of this man. Just infinite range on the jumper. Posting and toasting. Stopping and popping inside. So Melo just infallible, indomitable, incredible right now. The crowd paying homage to Melo, serenading him with the MVP chant.
Standing ovation on what has been a trip down memory lane for many Knicks fans, and hope for the current Knicks fans as the Knicks make it 11 straight as they sweep the season series from the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Chesapeake Energy Arena, downtown Oklahoma City, has always the last 3 years sold out as the Knicks make their annual visit. The story in the East, the Knicks, with that 11 consecutive games won, have put themselves in solid position to hold on to the number 2 spot. The magic number is 2 to hold off Brooklyn and win the Atlantic Division. Been a long time since the Knicks have been the division champ. Meantime, out here in Oklahoma City, the sights are set at the top. The Thunder, with their win over San Antonio earlier this week, control their own destiny. Even though a half game back, if Oklahoma City wins out, they'll be the number 1 seed in the West when the
playoff start in 13 days.
And Mike, before the game, Carmelo Anthony said of his streak, I don't ever remember having a run like this. As for the scoring title, he said, honestly, once I hurt my knee, I thought the chances were gone. Now it's a reality. Now it's fun, especially going toe-to-toe with Kevin Durant. And Durant had a similar reaction, guys, saying, I'm going against someone who can't miss right now. I like the challenge. So today, definitely a game within the game. Makes it more compelling knowing these two forged a tight bond over the Olympics last year. And Mike Melo said, no doubt, they won't talk trash, but they acknowledge both will be aware of what the other is doing throughout today's game.
Second meeting of these teams. They met exactly a month ago in New York, and the Thunder won that one by 1. Anthony, who has been red hot, continues to open the scoring sheet. Iman Shumpert off the torn ACL a year ago, guarding Durant here early on. And the foul is called. Shumpert, known for his defensive prowess.
Anthony just missed Prezioni. Went down inside. He was wide open.
Got the friendly roll as Serge Ibaka was picking him up, and Carmelo is open 2 for 2. Quarter 3, Cephalosha. And Oklahoma City is open with a tremendous shooting start here today. Durant flying through off the pretty feed by Nick Collison. Anthony got a step and gets his third field goal. So Melo made his first 2, missed his next 5, and comes back off of his rest with a basket at the bucket. On the switch, Kidd picked up Durant. He wanted it right at that spot. He loves attacking from there.
Okay, that time, the double team guy was not there.
Anthony, who wanted the foul on his last shot on Durant, able to knock down that field goal. So checking out the 2 leading scorers in the NBA. Carmelo has 8. And Kevin Durant has 9 thus far. J.R. Smith just noticing the clock was running down. Anthony, weak side rebound, couldn't finish, but he got that second leap in Hubie. His jump is a little bit better since coming back from that knee injury.
I like the fact that he's defending. And according to Woody, he's doing an excellent job in that area also.
Anthony knocks down his 6th field goal. 6 of 13. He has 12 points after the last 3 games with 50 against Miami, 40 against Atlanta, and 41 Friday night against the Bucks. And it's Melo, and it's 3 for Anthony.
Come on now.
Knicks have kept the turnovers low, but they've now turned it over back-to-back trips, and Durant finishes. And timeout, New York.
Remember now, in that first half, everything was great for the Knicks. They only had 2 turnovers. We just had 2 turnovers within inside of 30 seconds. Willard was an excellent referee, great judgment, and a no-nonsense guy. Marty Blake, one of the true pioneers. Back in the days with the old St. Louis Hawks general manager, when we only had 8 teams in the league.
Durant able to find a little space and enough to cause the foul call on Tyson Chandler of New York.
You got to button up now. The Knicks have got to get tough, and this is the guy that's got to lead them right here.
3 converge, and Carmelo still scores on the other side of the hoop.
Mike, he can blow by anyone out there. The main thing is can he get past the rotating guy? That time he did.
Some kind of quarter from Russell Westbrook. He has 14 here in the third. J.R. Smith can't make it pay. The kid keeps it alive right to Melo. Right down the hole for 3. Timeout, Oklahoma City. Westbrook, remember, when he got to UCLA, wasn't a starter. He emerged quickly, shot up in the draft. Eyes of Sam Presti, the Oklahoma City folks, has stepped into this great role here, and he is a tireless worker. He works so hard on his game, and doesn't get talked about or appreciated enough, and he's showing it throughout this season. Anthony comes back with a second look.
Is he doing what we've been talking
goal.
about?
Yep.
They can't stop him down inside. He's so big and he's so strong in the upper body.
Durant responds. He has 18. Anthony has 24. In the head-to-head between the top 2 scorers in the NBA this season. Ibaka, who has 5 shot blocks, guarding Anthony, got a great screen from Chandler and knocks down 3. 27 for Melo. Durant trying to respond, got hit up high. And the foul on New York with 33.6 to go. J.R. Smith knocks down another, so he and Carmelo Anthony have combined for 44 points of the Knicks 96. Durant with speed. 2.3 left. Let's update that scoring chase for the moment. Just by an edge, Carmelo Anthony has the scoring lead. This will be going back and forth the rest of the season, including the fourth quarter. Durant with the long arm to block Copeland. Anthony with 27, trying to get to 40 for a fourth consecutive game. It'll be tough. Durant's long arm with the shot block.
Look out here.
Kevin coming to the line. It's in the act of shooting, and it's Anthony picking up his fourth personal foul after the third block of the day by Durant.
Now this is an excellent timing by Durant. He played a half a step back, but because of the 6'10" and the long arms, and then at the other end of the floor, I'm going all the way, and I'm going to use my crossover to get into the paint.
JR 3. Rebound the Thunder. Can they take the lead? Jackson on the push.
Get it out. Get a good look.
Durant, the lead.
That's what you love to see about a good team. A team that's expected to get to the finals.
Anthony takes Durant baseline. Collison waiting. Got the third try. Carmelo Anthony, hard work inside. Felton orchestrates, gets Anthony over that left side where he loves to work. Adibot hit. And again, finishing with a second chance. Carmelo Anthony, the offensive boards, very big. That's the fourth time he's followed his own miss and made a hoop.
It's a big shot.
Free throw here.
Yes, it is.
Missed it. Anthony tipped it back in.
Now wait a second. 9 offensive boards. Come on now. I mean, this is incredible, Mike. He has been there every time they needed a big one. He has been there with that second shot.
A season high for Carmelo. Cephalosa the layup. 6-point game. 8 seconds left, and the Thunder will foul Anthony with 5.8 to go. They are down to their final timeout. So Anthony, the 3 consecutive games over 40. So a chance to come to the line and get to 36. As the Knicks have won 12 consecutive games, and the New York Knicks are a 50-win team for the first time since 2000.
Martin's missed the last 2 with the sore knee, but he's back in the lineup. We'll start at center with Tyson Chandler sitting this one out. The rest of the starting lineup remains the same for Mike Woodson.
And people keep saying about the influence of Prigioni. He is undefeated as a starter in the NBA. That's one of the reasons, Clyde. He is so ready to play defense.
And he forces a lot of turnovers.
Anthony hits a 3 off the quick feed from Pablo Prigioni, who already has 2 assists. Got clock down to 5. Anthony fires again and hits again. Another 3-point for Carmelo Anthony, who has been just on a brilliant offensive run.
Well, you know, that's the problem in New York, Mike. The futures now. They really have a lot of time to build, rebuild.
Felton hits a 3. Knicks are now from downtown. 4 of 6. Anthony doubled. Shumpert, right corner. That's a 3. 6 of 8 from downtown. Knicks continue to sizzle from long range.
Singleton, good confrontation with Melo and Singleton.
They have some pretty good individual defense. Anthony blows right by him and throws it down.
And that's the most difficult thing for Wall to do, is shoot it off the dribble, but he's developing a good touch from it.
Kidd from downtown. He was hot Sunday in Oklahoma City, and the Knicks have 7 3-pointers in the first quarter. One dribble pull-up. I don't know if anybody in the league does that one dribble pull-up jumper better. Final minute. Anthony finds Novak. Novak, another 3. Novak off the bench with 3 3-pointers. Knicks have hit 12, and they're back up 11. Anthony doubled. Turns, shoots, and hits.
He likes to elude the double team by spinning baseline.
Martin on a gorgeous feed from Carmelo Anthony. 5 assists for Anthony.
Jerry West was injured, had hamstring problems. Because Earl and I actually had got a chance to watch it with Earl. We said, what's wrong with West? You know, he couldn't make a shot. And I did a segment with Al, and Al alluded to the fact that he has full hamstring. Early on, Mike, I thought it was my Tenacious D that shut it down.
Anthony banks it in and draws the foul. Copeland hesitated on a 3. J.R. Smith is mad at him. Felt he should have hit the 3 right away and thrown it up as Anthony. An offensive rebound. As Anthony, quick move and finish. He's got 22 in the lead, back up by 21. Anthony pull up with a hand in his face, nails it. He remains red hot.
Speaking of neck, how is Chandler? What's the prognosis?
Copeland hits a three. Prognosis just day to day.
I know they're going to be ready, so ready for it. That would energize the city, though, in the first round, going up against the Celtics.
Carmelo Anthony, absolutely unstoppable. 26 points in 28 minutes. 20-point lead. Anthony for three. It's good! Carmelo Anthony drills the three-pointer. And now has 32-17 here in the third. Anthony doubled. Hit the extra pass.
Look at the ball movement.
How
freely the ball is moving.
Anthony again! Carmelo Anthony with 34-19 here in the third quarter. Jason Kidd telling Felt to go right back to him. Anthony fouls. Can't connect. Rebound Kidd back to Anthony. Scoop layup. Banks it in at the buzzer. A fitting end to the third quarter as Carmelo Anthony pours in 21 points in the period. And the Knicks have their largest lead of the night.
But look how his teammates are featuring him. They want him to score. Kept getting the ball back to him. Watch Kidd instinctively finds Melo with this swoop to the hoop. And that's his most points in the quarter this season, folks.
And the Knicks have now won 13 in a row. The third longest winning streak in franchise history continues as the Knicks are Atlantic Division champions.
On a chilly 43-degree day in New York City, we welcome you to Madison Square Garden, a refurbished Madison Square Garden. And as always, a packed house capacity crowd better than 19,000 still making their way in. The Houston Rockets facing the New York Knicks. The Knicks coming at 3-4. They have lost 3 straight at home. They're playing 7 of their first 11 here at the Garden. Beat the Hawks last night in Atlanta's Carmelo Anthony has not shot the ball well, only 40%. Right positive when you have two teams that are losing. Anthony is able to drill it. Foul on Chants, Brigioni for 3. Had the good touch last season from downtown. Nice hustle there by Smith, getting it to Carmelo Anthony. Anthony wheeling inside. Final minute, first quarter. Anthony on a pull-up, yes. And Carmelo on fire here at the start. He's hit 5 of 6. 12 points. Stoudemire. And on the follow, it's Anthony. Rockets lead at 38-29. Harden lost the dribble. He thought he was fouled. Here comes Felton for Anthony, and he scores. Anthony backs his way on Parsons and scores. He was able to get it over Dwight Howard.
And great defense from Howard. He kept his hands high as Melo gets free underneath.
Just under 2 to go in this first half. Liga's open for 3 and way off. Gathered in by Shumpert. Anthony in the open floor. Pulls it up for 3. Yes. Carmelo Anthony with 23 points. Anthony open for 3. Again.
Well, that's last year's Knicks team right there. Penetration, pass, and an extra pass, and a wide open three. Carmelo did it all. I mean, he showed why he's, along with Kevin Durant, I think one of the 2 most dynamic scorers in the game. Does it in so many different ways. Mid-range pull-ups, offensive putbacks, drives to the hoop like that one, and then he can hit from long range as he showed. He was 2 for 2 in that half, but an incredibly efficient 11 for 15 for Carmelo, and the ball was really moving for the Knicks in the last few minutes.
J.R. Smith. Nice pass to Carmelo Anthony.
And Bargnani's floor spacing ability
took Dwight Howard out of that play, and that's what the Knicks are really trying to do.
There's J.R. Smith. Nice move on Harden.
Well, they'd love to get him going.
And we have not seen that tonight from Carmelo. The ball, for the most part, has been moving, and he's been making quick decisions, as he does right here, and beats Parsons off the dribble.
That's a tough spot to guard Carmelo from that elbow, because you can see just one dribble, and he's quick and strong enough to get right to the rim.
There's Bargnani for three. Bargnani's second from downtown. Anthony, played by Jones. Here's Hardaway for three. Anthony puts the move on Caspi and scores. It counts as a foul.
Well, Marv, I never thought I would say these words, but Bargnani's going to come back into the game for defensive purposes here. I mean, the Knicks are just getting destroyed on the inside.
Dwight Howard also back, so that matchup resumes with Bargnani, and Carmelo Anthony has been on fire. Anthony rubbing off Lynn. Carmelo with 37 points.
And a late start to that possession.
Anthony, played by Terrence Jones. Anthony gets inside, and he is fouled. Anthony backing on Jones. Smith for three. J.R. Smith from downtown, and the Knicks are within two. J.R. Smith kept alive by Anthony. Missed the layup. Anthony again. He is fouled. He was hammered. A minute 10 remaining, fourth quarter. Felton on the drive, gets it over to Anthony. 3-point Rocket lead. 43 for Carmelo. Harden with a beautiful move. Has it knocked away. And it's a 24-second violation. Gets it into Anthony on the high hop. And the foul is called, but the basket will not count. It was a fling. Foul is on Harden. A fling by Anthony, but will not get that call.
This is why some coaches are reluctant to foul, because you're worried about the 4-point play.
Well, he might have been trying. He went deep on that free throw.
It might have even been a violation for crossing
he's
the line.
smiling. He was trying to miss it.
Glad you could join us tonight as the Knicks try to even the season series with a team they're chasing, the Charlotte Bobcats. And they take the floor knowing they can still salvage something out of this 8-game homestand.
You know, if you're Mike Woodson or if you're Knicks fans, what you want to see tonight, you want to see inspired play. You want to see spirited basketball. If you miss shots, if you turn it over, okay, you'll deal with that. Just go out and play like this game means something to you.
Right, reckless abandon, playing hard and smart tonight.
Just over 2 weeks ago, they beat Miami here at the Garden. The place was alive. As Anthony hits the first shot, as loud as it's been all year, they look so impressive. They look together, and just in 2 short weeks, it's all come crashing down. Anthony's three, that's good. And here's the start you were looking for. They've hit their first 4 shots from the field. Anthony red hot to start. He's 3 for 3 with 8 points.
So Melo percolating early on.
Anthony gets a good open space. That one rattles around and drops in. He's got double figures already when they haven't even played 5 minutes. Sessions lost it. Good defense down low as Anthony comes the other way.
Shumpert in.
Fakes, drives, layup, misses. But he'll get to the line. Nice little hesitation move. Obviously Carmelo Anthony and Kyrie Irving in the East. Meanwhile, Carmelo Anthony, what a start, Clyde.
Yeah, no hocus pocus tonight by Melo. He's very focused. Got it going on 4 or 5 from the field already. So a few rebounds, as you can see, he's getting it on. Bernard King was his idol growing up, but he's got the game face on tonight like Bernard. Looking slim and trim, Mike.
Yep. That heart problem early this year has changed his exercise and diet as Anthony knocks down another. He's 5 for 6 already.
Yeah, he's got the sweet jumper going tonight.
Anthony red hot to start. He's got 16 points already, and we still have 2.5 left in the first.
That time he had the mismatch with Sessions on him, posting and toasting him.
Anthony gets past and finishes. Blew right by Tolliver. And Anthony is now tied for the most points in a quarter this season. He's got 18. He didn't remember in Indiana last week.
And he's showing his full repertoire tonight. Posting, toasting, 3 ball, stopping, popping.
Anthony fakes, dribbles back, fires again, knocks it down. Carmelo Anthony lighting up the Garden here in the opening period with 4.4 remaining. He's got 20 points, most by a Knick in a single quarter this season. As Anthony hits again, 9 for 11. Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is absolutely in the zone right now. 10 for 12. He's got 24 points in 14 minutes. There's a technical foul's been called on Steve Clifford, so Anthony will shoot the one-shot technical. He has not sat yet in the game. Normally plays the entire first quarter and then gets his rest. Kid Gilchrist back on Anthony. Fires away. Hits again. Carmelo Anthony has been brilliant so far offensively. He's got 27 points already. And we played 16 minutes.
Career high has been 50 a couple of times.
Remember the last game in Charlotte, how well the rookie or second-year player, Kid Gilchrist, played Carmelo Anthony. It's almost like he has something to prove on. Knocks it down again. Carmelo Anthony absolutely on fire. He's got 29 already. So a chance to get 30. Now the most points by a Knick in a half is 40. That's Bernard King when he had his 60-point game. Anthony back in. Gets it, fires it, and hits it. 32 for Carmelo Anthony. A dazzling shooting display here at the Garden. Anthony one-on-one, no double team. Pulls up, puts it in. 34 here in the first half. Most points and a half in the NBA this year. It was Durant, and now it's Carmelo Anthony. Sessions misses, Anthony the rebound. Anthony's going to try and get one more shot off the half court at the buzzer. Oh, he puts it in from half court. Carmelo Anthony knocks it down. 37 first half points. A scintillating display of shooting here at the Garden.
Intoxicating, mesmerizing, very apropos with the half that he's had. It's very apropos that this shot should go in. Enchanting, enthralling the crowd, erupting his teammates. Look at stat.
15 of 21 from the field. 37 first half points. Anthony lighting up Madison Square Garden, and he's without.
Carmelo, are you kidding me? Did you know in the pregame warm-ups that you were possibly going to be this hot?
I can't tell you I can't. If I did, I'll tell you I'll be lying to you. It's just one of them days. The ball is going in for me. I feel good. It's a must-win situation for us, and the most important thing is the ball is going in. So,
just judging from the look on your face, you seem very serious tonight. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I mean I'm locked in, man. I can't accept losing. I'm getting tired of losing, and we got to do what we got to do to win basketball games at this point.
It's been awesome to watch. Thanks.
Good defense there from Kid Gilchrist.
Surprised that they're not doubling him, Mike. Look at this one-on-one again.
And they hardly doubled him in the first half, which he rarely sees. Fall-away jumpers up and good as the shot clock expires. And the hot shooting continues. He's got 39. Anthony drives inside. Double clutch layup. It's good. 41 in 24 minutes. Anthony drives, pulls up, gets to the spot, nails it again. This dazzling shooting display continues. And here for the Knicks, this is for the Knicks. Single best at Madison Square Garden, the Prison Garden. Bernard King has the highest ever at 60. Richie Guerin had that 57-point game. King also with 55. Shumpert gets it back to Anthony for three. Bang! Carmelo Anthony with 49. Excuse me, 46. I'm getting ahead of myself. 46 for Anthony, 19 of 25. Shumpert on the pull-up. Chandler the rebound, back at Anthony, puts up a three, puts it in. Now he's got 49. Melo has been magnificent so far. Hardaway comes the other way, finds McRoberts, deflected by Smith. Anthony out of the pack, one man to beat, goes up underneath. Lays it in, 51, a career high.
And if you fans are wondering if Melo know what's going on, you can bet he does. His teammates are telling him during the timeouts. The Knicks coaches also know. So they're going to leave him out there to see what he can do. Melo's heard serenades from the crowd tonight. Melo, Melo. And the Melo trauma continues. I don't know why they're not doubling him. Look at this. One-on-one. The man has run amok, and the Bobcats continue to let him go one-on-one. Not looking to double, and he continues to pulverize them. Ball seemingly gravitating to him everywhere he goes.
For the shoot. Back up top. Anthony puts it up. Bang! Does it again from downtown. He's got 54. And a technical foul called on Gerald Henderson as Carmelo Anthony has electrified the Garden.
So Melo will go to the line. He's taking a couple of technicals early on in the game. So this will give him one more point.
He's now 6 away from tying the Knicks all-time record. Bernard King back in 1984. And there were 2 techs, so he's going to get to the line.
How ironic. Bernard King is his idol, was his idol growing up. And now he has a chance to break Bernard's record.
MVP chance. 56 points for Carmelo Anthony. Still 125 remaining. 6 to shoot. Anthony drives. Gets inside. Running layup. Block. Gets it back. Head fake. And foul. And gets it to go. That's 57. Perfect from the line. 8 for 8. He's got 58. Anthony on the drive. Goes inside. Layup. No good, but a foul. And you can bet many in the crowd know exactly what this basket means.
Melo has sent a statement, made a statement tonight.
60 points, he's tied the Knicks record. 60 points in 36 minutes. The highest scoring game ever here at the Garden, at the prison Garden. Kobe Bryant we're off for 61. Bryant's going to be in town Sunday. He won't be playing. This was back in 2009. Almost 5 years ago. And remember the crowd, even the Knicks crowd, was rooting for him to reach 60 that night as the Lakers pounded the Knicks. And Carmelo Anthony is out on the floor. Anthony leads in. That shot is good! Carmelo Anthony with the greatest scoring game in Knicks history. He's got 62.
They're going to bring him out now so he can feel the crowd, the love of the crowd for Melo.
The highest scoring game ever here at the Garden. 62 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Capacity crowd on their feet, paying homage to Melo for his heroic night.
23 of 35 from the field, throwing 13 rebounds, and he now owns the franchise record for points in a game, passing Bernard King. A magical night here at the Garden, and an historic one as the fans on their feet. He had 60 at this point. Double team got away from it, made the drive, backed it in. 62 points here tonight for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, take that to the bank.
Carmelo, you just had the greatest scoring performance in Knicks franchise history and set a new MSG building record. At what point tonight did you know you could do something special?
I didn't. I was just taking it one possession at a time, man. I came into this game locked in. I didn't know I was going to have this type of performance. It's an unbelievable feeling, you know, just to come in and lock in the way we did, the way I did. My teammates found me, and it helped that I made shots tonight too. So.
You talk about being locked in. You did not smile once tonight until you were taken out of the game and the crowd recognized you. Can you describe that zone that you were in to enable you to shoot like this?
It's just a zone that you get in sometimes. Only a certain group of people know what that zone feels like. And tonight was one of those zones. And my teammates saw that. They played off of that momentum, off of that energy and that focus. And we all had it from the beginning to the end.
Was there something said before the game, or was this something you guys as a team talked about because of all the struggles that you've been through lately? Should everyone work together and help you get through this?
They played a video in the locker room for us. You know, it was a Muhammad Ali speech, and it was just from that point on. I think everybody just picked their whole intensity level. Well, for me, my energy level went up, my focus level went times 10. Well, you know, my teammates put me in position to do what I was able to do tonight, so I got to thank them.
You know, you have always talked about Bernard King being your favorite player, and you surpassed him because he had 60 points as a Knick. What does that mean to you?
It's a special moment, man. You know, I sit back tonight. It didn't really sink in, you know, exactly what I did tonight. I know Bernard King somewhere, you know, smiling at me right now. So, you know, this one is over with. We got one Sunday.
Congratulations, Carmelo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tonight from the
Crescent City, the start of the final third of the season, as the Pelicans try to sweep the season series from the New York Knicks for the first time in 6 years. And tonight, we're going to be watching two All-Stars, the Knicks' Carmelo Anthony, and the Pelicans' Anthony Davis.
Van Prigioni, good three-point shooter. Manny gets the first. He had a couple last night in their loss at Memphis.
There's a turnover, 2-on-1.
And Carmelo Anthony capitalizes. Early 4-point lead, and you talk about a double. That was kind of a surprise attack. It'll be Anthony. Yeah, it's like a layup for him, about a 10-12 footer the way he rises. And breaking it off, Anthony is then at the free throw line. Aminu still wondering where he went. Good bounce. Aminu. And Anthony coming over at the defensive end. On the break, Evans saves it, but it goes over to Hardaway.
Going just a hair because he was laying that up otherwise. And those are the ones you can't give him the good looks at threes because he's going to knock those down.
Somebody's got to help Anthony Davis. He came over to help out Aminu.
When this team plays its best, they move the basketball.
Looking for the secondary defender. But Laura went right by.
To get 35 shots, 62 points. Come on, by yourself. Much less big guys leaning on you, knocking you down, pushing on you, going to the free throw line.
And he's back at the free throw line with a shove by the smaller man, Eric.
Sometimes when a team is a three-point shooter, you fall into the way they play. You know, if a team runs, you tend to run.
Let's see if the Pelicans can turn the tables tonight. Anthony, 22 points on 14 shots. He's 7 of 14 from the field. On the long rebound, quick, Felton got to it.
And as DK said, this team, if they move the ball, could at least be as good. Maybe not as good, but they can still do some things. They shouldn't be as bad as they are.
He's got a pretty sweet J, doesn't he? Now it's Aminu again.
Just can't leave him alone.
Right.
There's no defense for that. I mean, that's
right. Tough shot.
That's well defended.
29 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo again.
More like it for Anthony. You could tell that elbow 15, 16 footer. 31 points for Carmelo Anthony. A 4-point lead for the Knicks. It'll be Anthony going to the free throw line. The only one in double figures in their starting five. 33 for Carmelo Anthony.
I mean, and these are just really face up, find your space. Sometimes he has to give a foot fake for his space. Sometimes he puts it on the floor for his space. But either way, catch and shoot. This guy can score.
10 on the shot clock. AD. And Anthony got it away quickly enough. Wow. Anthony's got the switch he wanted. Over Babbitt, not close. And Tyson Chandler kept it alive for Anthony.
How did that not go out of bounds?
It looked like his feet were out of bounds on the baseline. Now deep into the clock. It'll be a deep three from Carmelo Anthony. No, taking it to the hole and the easy pull-up. So we all thought, probably what Anthony Davis thought. And a good step by Carmelo Anthony. He's got 40 points on 28 shots tonight. And he's also got a takeaway. Can he save it? Yes. 8 on the shot clock. Anthony got what he wanted. So Carmelo Anthony, they didn't take the ball out of his hands. Thought maybe he'd run a double at him. Instead, a 5-point game, 40.4 to play. And that'll do it. So the Knicks gain a split of the season series. And believe it or not, it's the 5th straight time they've come into New Orleans and claimed a victory.
Knicks and the Magic, third time this season, third and final time. Starting lineups brought to you by Infinity. So with Shumpert out, J.R. Smith will start the two backcourt of the point guards, Prigioni and Felton. Meanwhile, for the Magic, two 21-year-olds in Tobias Harris and Victor Oladipo, the rookie from Indiana, for head coach Jacques Vaughn. J.R. Smith is on a follow. That's one of the areas the Knicks will miss Shumpert in guarding the leading scorer for the opponent. Felton's first shot of the night is good. And it'll be interesting to watch Felton play because we said at the top, it's been a tough year for Raymond Felton. As Anthony fires it to Prigioni, another shot from Prigioni and hits the three. How about Prigioni? He's taken 3 shots already.
Felton pushing, gives back Prigioni, goes up top, Carmelo Anthony, that's a three. And the Knicks have hit 3 3-pointers, the Magic 2, as the Knicks take their first lead. Knicks down by 2, Harris with 7 early points as Chandler throws it down. Carmelo Anthony, 3 assists here in the opening 7 minutes. Oladipo can't connect. Anthony with the rebound.
That's what Oladipo has to improve on, his perimeter shot and his ball handling.
Anthony again, and this time hits the 3-pointer. Anthony Clyde before the game, and in his time here in New York, I have never seen this. He came out and warmed up prior to when the whole team comes out for pregame warm-ups. He was out a couple hours before. I've never seen him do that.
Anthony, they spread the floor for him to work. Another 3 for Carmelo Anthony.
Shaq leaving was very devastating. I understood the magnitude of it when it happened. I just tried to play as hard as I could.
Indiana won the game, but the finish was phenomenal.
He said, Tree, don't jump. Please stay on the floor. Tree Rollins, don't jump. He plays hard. I've been watching him since he's been at UCLA. He's played this way his entire career. I mean, in college, going into the NBA, I mean, he's a true professional. I'm coaching middle school basketball in my old neighborhood and spending time with the kids in the city with the AAU program as well, and just really trying to give back my time and money in the city, in the community of Memphis. Really kind of detoxing them out of the neighborhood ball and trying to get them to understand that setting screens is going to get you open, and it's better for the team, and buying in the team and not an individual. It was tough, but the first practice was really hard, but I understood what I had to do, and I kept working on them and finally won them over.
Carmelo Anthony trying to give us a special finish here in the second quarter, and Tobias Harris does not like that call.
Do something different besides knocking down jump shots. They love to play from the perimeter.
Anthony from up top. Well, he is deadly from that spot on the court. Harris up tight on Anthony. He still shoots, knocks down a 2.
There's nothing else you can do. That's good. He's up.
Anthony. Wow. 3-point shot with a hand in his face. You are officially on fire.
Yes, he is. Again, as you pointed out, he had that great stretch for about 6 years when he was healthy. Even towards the end of it, when he was still battling, beginning to battle some of those injuries, just cut it short. Wow. Carmelo Anthony is on fire. I almost feel like we were cheated, out of Penny's true greatness because it was so short-lived.
Anthony, a catch and shoot for 2. Vucevic switches on Melo. Too strong. Anthony gets it back. 3-point shot, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Long rebounds end up usually in wide open 3-point attempts.
Anthony rising. 34 for Carmelo Anthony. Can't get it into him. It comes to Vooch. Nick going to take it and drive with a left-handed shot. No good at the horn. And that's the end of the basketball game. Regulation. We head to overtime, where the Knicks and the Magic have both been there 4 times this year. That's Hardaway firing for 3. Batted out front by Chandler. Anthony on the drive, scooped it in. It comes into Harris. Anthony is on him. Now Oladipo on the drive. Vucevic missed the shot. Oh man, he had it at point-blank range on the follow, but it wouldn't go. Magic by 4. Maurice Harkless checked in for a follow. Oladipo with the block shot, but a foul on the Magic. Anthony has 38. Smith, now Anthony, guarded by Tobias Harris. Anthony shooting for 3. He drills it. 1:11 left. It's a 2-point game. 41 for Carmelo Anthony.
There was nobody else going to take that shot, David. No. J.R. Smith had it in his hands for about half a second before he got it in Carmelo's hands.
Anthony shooting again. Good again for 3. This is sensational. 122 to 121. And the Knicks are going to fall in Orlando. The 8-game streak against New York is over, and the Magic have won it, despite 44 from Carmelo Anthony.
So we're set to go. You saw Dirk Nowitzki walking out. He still looks, in his 16th year, Clyde, like he's still having a blast playing basketball. You love to see that. Dallas not known as a top defensive team as Raymond Felton steps up. Nice in rhythm and hits the three. Raymond Felton on the steal. His pass to Anthony for three. Back-to-back threes. What an odd start to the game. Felton pushes back out Anthony. Good wide open three is the trailer. And that's his second field goal. Marion blocked by Anthony. And that will end the first quarter as Anthony gets fouled. Ellington hit him. Reggie Miller his whole career in Indiana. Those days, you're not going to have that happen very often anymore. Prigioni's, but a goaltend as it hit the backboard first. Marion back on Anthony. Draws the foul. Anthony showing his strength there, bringing the Knicks back within 9. Knicks shooting 52%. Mavericks have cooled off after that incredible start. They're at 54. Anthony now has 10. Smith back to Anthony. Wide open three. Knicks on an 8-0 run. They've cut it to 5 after trailing by as many as 14. Aldridge nearly traveled. Anthony gets inside and the finish. Nowitzki, by the way, moving up the chart for career scoring list. Anthony hits another. Anthony, nice feed. Aldridge throws it down. Pretty pass from Anthony. Felton from the right wing corner. Knocks down the three. That's the Knicks' 5th three-pointer. Anthony's fouled, and he'll go back to the line. Anthony wants the isolation. Drives on Carter. Pull-up jumper. Puts it in. And the Knicks have come back to take the lead. Smith on the drive, kicks it out. Anthony puts up the three and puts it in. And the Knicks back within 2. Anthony again, back-to-back threes for Carmelo Anthony. He now has 28. Anthony, nice feed to Chandler. Blocking foul and one. Good pass, the timing perfect, and Chandler with a chance for a three-point play.
So Chandler retaliating, redeeming himself for his previous blunder against Wright.
Anthony pull-up jumper, that's good. 30 for Anthony on 10 of 20 from the field. Anthony puts up a three and gets hit by Carter on a three-point attempt. Carter can't believe the call. Anthony will get a nice 4.3-second rest. Thrown out of bounds. No timer off the clock, so the inbound is the same spot. The Knicks now will have 4.3. And Anthony right back in the game. So much for his 4.3 seconds rest.
The Mavs have no fouls to give, so we gotta cool it.
Anthony gets it. Dribbles, puts up a three. Puts it! With 6/10 of a second remaining. And that will end the third quarter.
We mentioned the dramatic finish in the second quarter by Ellis. Almost identical where Melo just drained this shot.
5.5 left. Knicks down by 6. Anthony, good hard drive to the basket. Anthony drives hard. Head fake. Will go. Fight for the rebound. Comes up with it again. Top to Felton. Hardaway for three. Too strong. Rebound Anthony. Anthony outside. J.R. Smith for three. In and out. Felton the rebound. Anthony fakes. Dribbles. Puts up a three. Puts it in. Big offensive rebounds to keep the possession alive. And the Knicks back within 3. Ellis stripped and stolen by Chandler. Throws it ahead to Prigioni. Nearly lost it. Anthony for three.
Ellis loses it. Knicks up top. And Melo draining from the elbow to tie the game.
His 7th three-pointer of the night. He's got 44. And the Garden exploding on that three-pointer. Knicks were down by 8 with about a minute and a half remaining. And now with 50.3 seconds remaining, they've tied it up.
Look at Ellis. Good double team there by Felton and Chandler. Chandler strips him. And Melo makes the big three ball.
Felton nearly losing it on being bumped by Prigioni. Did a good job holding on and then getting it over to Carmelo Anthony.
Nowitzki has not been a factor here in the second half. should be no pressure on Melo. You should win the game or go into OT.
J.R. Smith on the drive, puts it up, shot way off, rebound right, and a 24-second violation. Gets to Nowitzki. Anthony on Nowitzki. Nowitzki one-on-one with Anthony. Holds the ball, puts up a tough shot. Bounces around, goes in at the buzzer. A heartbreaking defeat as Dirk Nowitzki wins the game.
Knicks playing a Jazz team that's in the midst of their 4th game of a 5-game East Coast swing. They finish tomorrow in Toronto. 1-2 so far on the trip. Anthony against Hayward.
Good looking turnaround shot to get on the board right away. Anthony on the drive and drew the foul. Anthony trying to post up against Ingles. A lot of contact, head fake, and in, back shot. As you've said a couple of times, he seems he's more intent on those moves to try and draw a foul.
You know, he came in and I think during the interview process, we were comfortable with him not only as a skill and a development person, but someone who was passionate about that, but had a general understanding of the triangle. It's all a growth process for everyone, all the coaches.
They put a bigger player on Anthony.
Ingles has not had any success.
Anthony rattles that one in.
Melo coming out early today, Mike, working on that jumper.
Anthony off the dribble. Foul line jumper, nails it. He's now at 11.
My guest at the half, actor Andrew McCarthy. Now the question I put out there, your favorite Andrew McCarthy movie. Now, Clyde, I won't even ask you. Mike?
Anthony draws the foul. Anthony head fake, leans in, and draws another foul. Now he's starting to get to the line. A little bit of a limp coming out of the pack there. Anthony finds Prigioni. Right back to Anthony. Fakes Cantor, gets inside. Couple of head fakes, reverse block. Gobert with his second rejection. Shot clock down to 5. Gobert on Anthony. Drives past him and lays it in. Anthony grimacing as he limps slightly up the floor. He now has 16.
Melo's been working hard on the post.
All night on the post. And has been very effective. He started off, he missed 4 of his first 5. But he's hit 6 of 9 since then.
Backdoor Melo.
Nice pass and a foul. Dallenberg once again with a nice assist, and Anthony with a chance for a 3-point play. J.R. Smith, who sparked the comeback in the first half, gets off the bench. Quincy Acey with a nice looking jumper. Anthony calls for it. Wants to go one-on-one with Hayward.
When you're trailing, you need timely hoops. Can the Knicks get one here?
Anthony draws the foul and one. Chance for a 3-point play as the Knicks back with it 2, and Anthony has 23.
He's been hustling and muscling tonight, duping and hooping. They've had no answer for his posting and toasting.
Larkin really competes. Anthony hits again, and the Knicks have tied the game. He's got 25. Anthony triple team, puts it up and draws the foul again. Anthony has battled in the low post all night long. Anthony off the dribble. He is in a nice groove right now. Season high 29, and we still have a quarter to go. Back out Larkin. Larkin fakes the 3, drives up top Smith. 2-pointer for Smith. Misses. Anthony with the tip-in. 31 for Anthony, and a big bucket there as the Knicks come back within 4.
Ferocious tip-in by Melo.
Anthony double clutches, bank shot is good. Anthony, time and time again, attacking the basket tonight. He's got 33. Prigioni has it.
Dangerous pass. Cross-court pass is always dangerous.
Anthony trying to get position on Burks. Burks bellies up on him. Anthony gets the foul, nearly banks it in. Instead, he'll go to the line with 3:28 remaining, and the Knicks down 6. Booker is on Anthony, and Booker gets over-aggressive again. Anthony hits a pair. 3-point game. Prigioni looking, gets it into Anthony. Anthony drives on Hayward, gets inside and throws it down. A 1-point game.
Just astounding. They continue to allow him to devastate them.
He's grimacing as he goes up the floor. Anthony hurt himself. Hayward trying to go out and fall away. Shot. That's good. What a shot from Hayward. And the Jazz back up by 3. Smith to Anthony again. Same spot. Anthony backs in. Puts it up. Blocked, but fouled. And Anthony ties the NBA season high with 41. Klay Thompson of Golden State had a 41-point game. Anthony has it. Hayward guarding him. Anthony drives, layup. It's good. Back to one, 17.4 remaining. And Utah will call a timeout as well. They still have one remaining.
That was poor D by Utah. Not a lot of time elapsing. They've got to play better D than that to make more time come off this shot clock.
They throw it into Hayward, and Anthony early fouls him. Play Anthony early. Jazz hit 4 consecutive clutch free throws. 16.2 remaining. Knicks down 3. They do not have timeouts. The Jazz don't have a foul to give. But they might commit the foul anyway. Crowd getting on its feet. 5 seconds. Anthony fires the 3. Bang! Carmelo Anthony ties the game with 2.3 remaining.
That's why you always wonder you had ample time to foul Melo because Melo had the mismatch.
46 for Carmelo Anthony. Ingles to Burke. Burke puts it up. It's good! It's good! And the Knicks lose in heartbreaking fashion.
Back home for a little fun on F Street. And so far, a very successful opening week. And what better way to get the home schedule started than with their longtime rivals? It's the 2-0 Wiz against the 1-1 New York Knicks.
Carmelo kicks it out. Another 3-ball. This one's good. Carmelo with Otto Porter on cutoff, and a foul will be called. Officials working tonight's game: Zach Zarba from New York, Kevin Scott, and Gary Zielinski. Carmelo, tough shot. That's a 3-ball for Carmelo Anthony. Got to the line 44 times last night. Made 36, 82% as Carmelo knocks one down. Carmelo nearly lost it. You know where this is going. Porzingis bothered, finds Carmelo with 4 to shoot. Gets away from Dudley, tough shot. I mean, he is.
Yeah, and again, that's all you can do. Try and make shots as difficult as possible.
Dudley trying to do anything he can to stop Carmelo, and there's a lot of contact even before that shot went up. Neal covers Calderon, inside for Lopez. Carmelo pulls up for the jumper off the glass and in. He is sensational. Go to Carmelo, they double team him. Now Porzingis turns in the lane and hits. What a shot.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a guy 7'2".
Washington by 3 with 1:27 to play in the half. Carmelo pulls up on Porter. Carmelo baseline, got another one. Knicks by 6, their largest lead. Carmelo again for 3. Are you kidding me? I mean, when you look at the greatest shooters in this game, I think of him and Kevin Durant. I mean, that just...
Yep, there's no question about it.
Ball streaking. Gives it up to Gortat. That's rejected. Vujacic down court, and he missed it, but he gets it back and scores. Nice play.
Again, running the floor, and the timing that he makes his cut, he's right there for the release pass from John Wall.
Carmelo had to fend off some very physical play. Eventually he found Lance Thomas. He scores and he's fouled. Carmelo missed it, but he got fouled. Carmelo with 2 more. He's got 29. Unbelievable. Lance Thomas for 2, and the Knicks with 4 unanswered take the lead by 2. Anthony pulls up for the shot. Unbelievable. He is absolutely, unequivocally unstoppable.
Well, he's a player, a rhythm shooter. He gets into that rhythm, and he has such strong upper body. You're not going to move him off his target. Good footwork, great balance. And what a smooth and beautiful release he has here. Trying to be bothered by Jared Dudley, but clear concentration and focus by Carmelo, and that was a big shot.
And the bottom line, the Wizards just didn't shoot the ball well enough to win tonight. 43% from the field. New York at 48%, led by Carmelo with 37. Washington's 7-game win streak against the Knicks is snapped, and they fall tonight 117-110.
Last night's win gave the Blazers a 2-2 record on their road trip. It was an eyelash away from being a 3-1 trip, and now it's 2 quick games at home, followed by a 5-game trip. We are back in Portland inside the Moda Center tonight. Blazers got a confidence-boosting fourth quarter closeout in Phoenix last night, and now gets it to take on the New York Knicks, who have lost 4 in a row and are trying to right the ship. Carmelo catch and shoot, and he hits a long 2 over Aminu as usual. Al-Farouq Aminu gets the toughest defensive assignment. He'll be on Carmelo tonight. When you play a New York offense, they run the triangle offense. It can be something that you maybe need a practice or a good long shoot around to comprehend, or at least give yourself a better opportunity. The Blazers haven't had that, having played last night. And Carmelo hits another long 2. Here's Carmelo. Good defense by Aminu. Better shot by Carmelo Anthony, who is 3 for 4 and 6 points early. Carmelo backs in and fades back and hits the shot. So Carmelo, 4 of 6 and 8 points here in the opening quarter. Carmelo puts it on the deck. Blazers come to help. Nice job by Carmelo, showing his strength to fight on that left block, get it up and in, and draw the foul. CJ draws a double. Here's Gerald Henderson. Shot clock at 8. New York defense. Wells. Henderson goes to the left, missed it. Rebound Derek Williams, who's trying to beat the Blazers back by himself. Trouble is no one's with him. Now they rejoin. And the one guy they forget about is Carmelo when he hits the 3. Here's Lopez. Goes to the jump hook. Rebound Carmelo, got it away from Aminu. Puts it on the deck. Blocked by Plumlee, but he followed in his own miss. And Carmelo again inside. Remember now, he's 6'8", 240, so he can fight in there with the big guys for rebounds. Carmelo, real tough angle, hits again. Carmelo, quick draw on Aminu, hits again. 22 on 9 of 13 shooting for Carmelo Anthony. McCollum through the middle, wild shot over and around Porzingis, and here come the Knicks looking for the lead. And they've got it. Their first lead of the night on a 3 by Carmelo, who has 25 on 10 of 14 shooting. You know, give credit to New York's defense. Blazers offense has had trouble, and there's another case of it. A jump ball, Aminu and Carmelo has played with a good effort at the defensive end tonight, not trying to act surprised there, but the Knicks have kind of fed off that and have played good D. Carmelo, speaking of getting your own shot, and then turns around and chats with the Trailblazers bench.
And Carmelo is feeling, you said it, MB, why doesn't he take every shot?
Carmelo goes up and under and banks it in. Boy, he got away with the travel there, and Terry Stotts upset about that. He was all over Tony Brothers. Carmelo, strong baseline drive, gets it to fall over Davis. Near steal, Aminu, he denied it. Aflalo gets a wide open 3 and nails it. It'll be Carmelo against Plumlee. We've seen this matchup a few times, and an offensive foul. No, a blocking foul it's called. And Carmelo makes both free throws. And look at McCollum. He's going to try to beat Aflalo to the middle, and Lillard will try to miss this one intentionally.
Gotta miss it hard.
He does. Rebound tipped. This will win the game. Oh! Unbelievable. Lillard. That would have won it for Portland.
Both the Knicks and the Utah Jazz are coming off double overtime games. The Knicks won theirs. The Jazz lost their game to Charlotte. Knicks taking the floor, celebrating the borough of the Bronx tonight, and taking on the Utah Jazz as this homestand continues. And as always, we'll watch it all unfold together under the bright lights and the iconic ceiling of the world's most famous arena.
Knicks at 21 and 22, 5 straight victories here at Madison Square Garden. Lopez. Carmelo Anthony said yesterday, Clyde, he has never seen anybody block that Lopez hook shot. This is Gobert, takes it inside on Lopez, and was unable to hit. Anthony for Robin Lopez. Up with the hook once again. He has both Knicks field goals.
Yeah, looking and hooking that time.
Anthony, nice move around Hood.
Hood was looking for help. That was none coming. So Melo penetrating, devastating that time.
Down by 3 here at the Garden as Anthony works his way inside. After Hayward got a piece of it, it drops in.
He's finally getting some continuity.
Here's Anthony spinning on Hayward. He hits. Anthony drives past Gobert and lays it home.
Gobert previously blocked Melo's shot, but Melo would not be denied this time.
Here's Anthony who takes it inside and lays it in. Screen set by Lopez for Anthony. He's hit his first 2 attempts here in the third quarter.
See Melo energized now, trying to get the Knicks back into it.
He's 3 for 3 here in the third. Here's Anthony. He is 4 for 4 since halftime. Lopez with the rejection of Gobert.
Much to the delight of the crowd. They like that.
And Aflalo hits a 3. A 5-point swing. Lopez with the block. Aflalo from downtown. Anthony. Carmelo 5 of 6 here in the third. Anthony guarded by Booker. Takes it inside and it's rejected by Lyles. Carmelo keeps it alive. And this time he's fouled. Knicks have not turned the ball over here in the fourth. They've cut the Utah lead to 3. Here's Anthony driving, dishing off it. The Derek Williams slam. The Knicks' last lead was 9-8 back in the first quarter. Anthony driving and slamming it down. Anthony and Hayward matched up with one another. Here's Anthony again. The basket will count. Porzingis nails a 3. Aflalo from 3. Nails it. Hayward on Anthony. Galloway fires from 3 and hits. Again, Anthony finding an open teammate. Here is Burke from 3.
The 3-ball falling like rain now for both teams.
Knicks lead by 2. Oh, they just get it across. Lopez wide open underneath. Anthony takes it inside and slams it home. Eagles having trouble. This is Lyles, guarded by Porzingis. Hayward backs it up. Time winding down. And Hayward is fouled by Porzingis on the 3-point attempt. Third free throw from Hayward is good. We are tied at 99. Our Knicks use a 20-second timeout. Aflalo gets it into Anthony. Carmelo puts it up. No good. And we are headed to overtime. Anthony on the fade over Hayward. And with that basket, Carmelo Anthony ties Larry Bird for 32nd on the all-time NBA scoring list. He has 28 tonight.
Yeah, with the fallback baby jumper that time.
Anthony, cross court. Derek Williams hits a 3. That's the 9th assist for Carmelo Anthony, tying his season high. Anthony double teamed, and he is fouled by Hayward. Anthony hits the first, and he now has scored one more career point than Larry Bird.
He's been very efficient the second half.
30 points for Carmelo. He's played 41 minutes tonight. Here's Hood setting up for 3. No good. Rebounded by Williams. And the Knicks go to overtime for the second straight game, and they win both in come-from-behind fashion tonight after trailing by 13.
Carmelo, you guys are down 8
8 heading into the fourth quarter. You had to adjust both offensively and defensively. What did you do differently down the stretch of this one?
We committed ourselves on the defensive end. We found some energy, we found some momentum, and we just stuck with it. You know, we chipped away at the lead. We didn't try to get it back in one play, and everybody came up with some big plays tonight.
Everybody being the operative word, you got contributions from all over the place when it really counted in this one. How have you seen your teammates grow up in that way and their ability to be clutch?
Well, we stayed composed tonight. You know, we didn't get rattled when they got up. You know, we like I said, we chipped away offensively. We buckled down defensively. We got stops when we needed to. We made shots when we needed to, and we won the game.
You are nearing 22,000 points for your career. Tonight you passed Larry Bird to go into 31st all-time NBA scoring. I want to know how this resonates with you, knowing how much time left you still have to play.
Well, first of all, it's an honor just to be on that list, you know, and to know, you know, the great work that Larry Bird put in throughout his career. I'm still going, man. I'm having fun with this game of basketball. I got a long way to go, and I feel like the team is, you know, helping me. I'm helping them, and I feel like we got something good going for us.
Congrats.
Thank you.
From American Airlines Arena in beautiful Miami, it's time for New York Knicks basketball, presented by Chase, as the Knickerbockers, for the first time this season, face the Miami Heat. First of a back-to-back, a tough one. First on the road, long trip home, and then the Cavaliers tomorrow night, as the Knicks look to get a win on the road.
Pass inside, shot blocked by Anthony. Good recovery. Noah comes out of the pack, deflected by Rose. We've also seen Rose play some good solid defense. Ahead to Anthony, nice advance pass, and Anthony the finish. And that's the pace the Knicks need to play tonight. Knicks down 2 again. Alley-oop, and Anthony throws it down on a beautiful feed from Kyle O'Quinn.
Good ESP with Melo and O'Quinn the second time they've gotten together. Previously Melo went to the line.
Anthony double team, forces it up. Shot won't go, but he's fouled. A minute remaining here in the second. Anthony once again with Magruder on him. Anthony just 2 of 9. Beautiful shot there. Shot won't go. Rebound tipped and taken by Rose. Rose back for Anthony. Steps into a 3. It's good. Carmelo Anthony from downtown. And it's a 1-point game. Rose finds Anthony again. Anthony, here comes the double team. Shoots over and connects at the buzzer. Carmelo Anthony struggling shooting the ball. And at one point was 2 for 9, but he hit his last 3. And the Knicks will head to the locker room down by only 1. Anthony connects. He's got 18. Jennings with the steal as Dragic gets knocked down. Jennings back to Porzingis. Sidestep layup misses. Anthony the rebound and the putback. Terrific hustle by the Knicks in transition.
And Melo bounding and astounding off the glass.
Anthony double team.
First time all season we've seen Melo double.
Lee knocks down the 3. That's 2 straight possessions. Anthony double team, found the open man. Anthony counted, and a foul went right at Derek Williams. Made some good passes here as well. And the Knicks have a 6-point lead. Jennings finds Anthony wide open for 3. Puts it in. Carmelo Anthony once again. And the Knicks fans celebrating. The physical play is picked up. Derek Williams on Anthony. Anthony again. Bang! Carmelo Anthony from downtown. And the Knicks go up by 10.
The Knicks were 0 for 11 early on from downtown. Now they're feasting.
Jump shot. It's good. 31 for Anthony in 31 minutes.
Hello, tantalizing them now. See if the Knicks can keep them in their quagmire.
Anthony tied up. Jennings has to put up a quick 3. It's good as the shot clock expires. Alley-oop. Anthony on a gorgeous pass from Kyle O'Quinn. Anthony's second alley-oop dunk. Haven't seen many of those as he's got 33. Shot clock winding down. Anthony turns. 35 for Carmelo Anthony.
Tied his season high.
Carmelo Anthony, just a brilliant performance tonight after a slow start. 35 points. And the Knicks get their 3rd road win of the season. The only question mark now, Derrick Rose, who could not play much of the second half because of back spasms. And the Knicks with a big game tomorrow night at home against Cleveland. But they'll think about that on the plane ride home tomorrow because a gritty road win tonight. Final score 114 to 103. 4 straight wins for the Knicks.
And it is the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers, two teams, one game over 500, right next to each other in the standings. And the Knicks take the floor after dropping 3 games in a row on the road. Jeff Hornacek saying tonight it's time for us to win 3 in a row. And there he is, shaking off the back spasms, making the Knicks better tonight. Derrick Rose into the starting lineup.
Turner, another one of those talented second-year players.
Yeah, he's averaging 7 bounds. Turner also has the 3-ball in his repertoire. So does this guy, 39%.
Misses that one. Porzingis the rebound. Carmelo Anthony steps into that three-pointer and nails it. Knicks off to a 5-0 start.
Melo shot well in Denver, one of the few bright spots for the Knicks, so off to an auspicious start from downtown.
Anthony picked up by Turner, who backs off, and Anthony makes him pay.
So Melo 2 for 3, dancing and prancing on the perimeter that time.
Porzingis nails the 3.
Good dishing and swishing by Melo. That time Melo drawing a double team. KP able to capitalize.
We had a fine MSG Network's Christmas party at Clyde's Wine and Dine the other night.
Yep, I appreciate the network coming by.
You were a very gracious host. Anthony, contested shot, gets it to go. Anthony's got himself against one of the premier defenders at that position in Paul George. 7-point Pacer lead.
George and Melo continue their confrontation.
Tough turnaround shot, boy. Gorgeous move there from Carmelo Anthony. Anthony drives it inside. Noah with the finish.
Melo looked like he was close to stepping on the baseline.
Anthony, crossover. The defender goes down, breaks the ankles, and Anthony hits the jumper.
Much to the delight of the crowd, shaking and baking that time was Melo. Team shaking, baking.
Can't finish. He thought he was fouled. Anthony throws it ahead to Lee. Back to Anthony. Sets. 3-pointer off. Ball knocked loose. Picked up by Courtney Lee. Finds Holiday. Holiday back out Anthony. He'll try again. This time hits the 3-pointer. And the Knicks back within 10. Timeout. Indiana. George wanted to get it. C.J. Miles steps out. He can't hit. Courtney Lee the rebound.
Miles rushed that shot. He had plenty of time.
Young is on Anthony. Fakes, drives. Holiday tries a 3. That's good. Justin Holiday from downtown. Knicks back within 7. Anthony fires away. Rattles home a 3. Carmelo Anthony from downtown. He's got 12 points here in the third quarter. Shot clock turned off. Anthony fires a 3. Bang! Carmelo Anthony, 15 third quarter points, and the Knicks back within 3. Jennings, Lee, O'Quinn, Anthony, pass inside to Jennings, back out Anthony, steps behind the arc, fires again, hits again. 5 3-pointers for Anthony, and it's a 2-point game.
Like to see Jennings be more aggressive. He went back door. He was in the paint. He's got to become a threat there, but Melo, the recipient.
Anthony gets away, hits the jumper. 29 for Carmelo Anthony.
Season high has been 35.
Rose back to Noah. Noah inside, kicks it out. Anthony for 3. Puts it in. 6 3-pointers for Anthony and a 6-point Knick lead.
Melo feasting from downtown.
George pulls back, jumper misses. Porzingis, his 7th rebound. Taken away, ball knocked loose and picked up by Jennings. Back to Anthony, right wing 3. It's good! Carmelo Anthony with 7 3-pointers, and the Pacers call timeout. The losing streak is over. The fine play here at the Garden continues as the Knicks now 10-4 on their home floor. They've been one of the top 5 home records in the NBA, and the largest comeback of this young season. Again, down by 15 in the third before they turned it around and defeat the Pacers and snap a 7-game losing streak to Indiana.
On a mild 41-degree night in Indianapolis, Indiana, it is a Monday night special from Bankers Life Fieldhouse as we welcome you to the NBA on TNT, presented by State Farm, the right combination for tonight's NBA coverage. The New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Indiana 22-21, just a half game behind Charlotte. The Knicks have lost 13 of their last 16 in a tailspin. Still, they're only 3 games out of the number 8 spot as Anthony fires away over George and knocks it down.
Well, that's been the problem with the Knicks. They haven't played a 48-minute game.
The Knicks started off well, and since Phil Jackson came out and criticized Carmelo, they have not played well. They were at one point 4 games over 500 as of December 11th, and now they just have been poor. As Paul George draws a foul and goes for the 3-point play.
Anthony, if he wanted to remain with the Knicks, Carmelo said yes, he wants to be a Knick, but if he's not wanted, he might be responsive to going elsewhere as the Pacers work it around. This is George for 3. And then Carmelo said if they want to start rebuilding for the future, he'd consider leaving.
And dealing with Carmelo Anthony and Kristaps is going to be difficult, but he enjoys this type of marquee matchup at his position. Then, of course, he says he wants to be special on offense as well. Guys, it's important to remember, Paul says that it's been a roller coaster in this long recovery coming back from that horrific leg injury, but he said the injury has also given him some mental strength that he uses now. And tonight against Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks, he wants to be that guy who is both great on both sides of the floor on offense and defense, trying to use the energy as Paul George.
Larry Bird has come out and says, we want to play faster. We want to score more. We want to shoot more threes as Paul George knocks down the 3.
Pacers have lost their last 2, 3 of the last 5 after winning those 5 straight games to turn it around. At one point, they were 15 and 18. They come off a 3-game road trip, winning at Sacramento, coming from 22 down. George is able to drill it once again. He has a quick 11 points, 11 of Indiana's last 13 points.
That one comes off that high screen and roll from Noah and knocks down an 18-footer.
And here comes George as Anthony backpedals. George to the crossover, and he draws the foul.
I like that move, Paul George, not settling, Reggie, attacking, drawing the foul on Carmelo.
I mean, you've got a young stud in Porzingis, and if Noah can find his defensive ways once again, if Rose can recapture that MVP, I know that's a lot of ifs, but this is the East.
What about the defensive side?
It's the East.
Carmelo Anthony knocks down a 3, so Carmelo off to the good start. He's 4 for 5. He has 12 points.
You know, before the season started, I thought they were going to be the one team that was going to push the Cavs. And unlike you, Grant Hill, I'm not going to retract on that statement, even though we were a little over 40 games left. I think this team, nice move, nice pass by Anthony to Porzingis. I'm going to stick with the Pacers, figuring this out and making a late push here in the Eastern Conference. You know, I think what Turner is lacking, he's got to put on some weight. Yeah. He's got great skills, great hands, great athleticism. You mentioned it, Marv. He can play with his back to the basket. He can take you and stretch you out with that shooting touch, but he's got to get stronger down low. Nice. Paul George makes the move down low.
And Reggie, he's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
George from way downtown. An exceptional first half for Paul George. That's his 3rd 3. He has 18 points in all. And here's Anthony. Pulls it up and hits. What a move by Carmelo Anthony. He now has 14 points, and the Knicks have taken the lead. They're up by 1. Carmelo Anthony. He is 6 for 9 from the field. He has 19 points.
Right now, Reggie, you can see the collective confidence as Paul George knocks down a tough fadeaway, but the Knicks collectively on both ends have new life and feeling so good about their play.
Paul George with 21 points going at Courtney Lee, and he has made a turn from last night. He did have 19 points, but played angry. He fouled out, was ejected after having words with the officials. Nate McMillan was also tossed on a couple of technical fouls late in the game. Anthony on the runner. So Carmelo now with 21 points.
I want to modify that statement.
And Reggie, just welcome to the club.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They've had the easiest schedule so far up to this point, and they've struggled versus sub-500 teams as Paul George was the nice move to the hoop. It's only going to get tougher for the Pacers going forward after this.
All right, here's George. Yes, Paul George having an exceptional night. 27 points, 10 for 21 from the field. Here's George over Porzingis. And not easy to get over. Kristaps Porzingis, who goes 7'3". Shot clock down to 3. Anthony backing his way on George. Beautiful spin by Carmelo Anthony. We're down to 50 seconds remaining on the fourth. Knicks put the ball up by 1. Anthony backing his way on George, and a foul committed by George in the act. That'll put Carmelo Anthony at the line. He's 6 for 6. Carmelo hits 1 of 2 after he hit his first 7 at the line, and Nate McMillan calls for time. Teague played by Rose. And away from the ball, the foul, Paul George. And in the fourth quarter, in the final minutes of games, George 20 for 20 coming into tonight, and hits on both to tie the game at 103.
Well, now if you're the Knicks and Coach Hornacek, do you go for a quick 2-for-1 here?
Rose off the pick from Anthony. Met by George on a switch. Shot clock to 7. Anthony hits it from the baseline, and the Knicks lead by 2. They get it down low, and it's mishandled. Pass was low, and Turner not able to come up with it. And Lee hits 4 free throws to wrap it up as George just fires one up. And that'll do it. The Knicks pull it out, 109-103, led by as many as 17. Pacers came right back. They were up by as many as 14. Carmelo Anthony with 26 points to lead the Knicks. Derrick Rose had 20, 31 for Paul George. Miles Turner had 22.
Well, Carmelo, after all the things you guys have been through this season, how big is it to hold on to that small lead and get this win on the road?
It's big. This was a very important game for us. On the road, to pull this one out. We kind of gave up the lead, made it a game, but we pulled it out at the end when we had to.
And how difficult was it to weather that Pacer storm there at the end?
It was difficult, but we just had to stay composed. The home team got their crowd, they hit a couple shots, got the crowd back into it. We just needed to stay composed, execute down the stretch a little bit better, and pull the game out.
I saw you embrace Paul George there at the end. He was looking forward to playing you tonight. What do you guys say to each other?
Oh man, it's all love. It's nothing but love when we gonna go up against each other. We compete when we out there on the court. We battle, but outside the court, that's like a brother to me. And I love competing. He loved competing. And once we inside these lines right here, it's a battle. So
finally, with all the noise out there, how do you shut all of that out and just come on this court and play like you did tonight?
It's a basketball game, man. I don't follow the rhetoric. I don't follow what's going on out there. I don't listen to it. I come in here, I lock in, I focus, and I play basketball.
And you had a great one tonight. Congrats.
Thank you.
The New Yorkers are in town, and they're here to do some punishment to the Atlanta Hawks. That's Kristaps Porzingis, and he and the Knicks are here for the final game of the season series. Atlanta trying to close it out with a win today, and that will give them a 3-1 edge in this series. That's what's on the line today here at Phillips Arena. And this is Joakim Noah driving on Dwight Howard. Melo left alone and buries it. Can't have defensive breakdowns like that against this guy.
Not a great shooter like him or a great scorer.
And this is one of the best of all time. Carmelo has his second basket. Short clock for Carmelo.
That's too easy for Carmelo.
6 points in the first quarter. Anthony.
That's when he's at his best, when he can lull you to sleep and use that little rocker step that he uses to spring up. He is one of the best in the business at that.
Anthony. Bump on Hardaway. It's an and one. Anthony. Long ball for 3.
Carmelo is on it tonight. 15 in the first quarter.
Anthony, good again. I mean, we've seen him do this so often to the Hawks, and particularly in this building. It seems routine. Wow, Anthony from Marietta.
Well, he's rolling tonight.
Anthony. Uh-oh, here it goes again. That's 25 and a free throw to come. Jennings. Pass deflected by Bazemore, but they could not keep it away from Carmelo. And he's up to 28. Melo against Baze. Quick spinner for 2. Carmelo Anthony reaches the 30-point plateau for the third time against the Hawks this season.
Now, you know he wasn't going to be quiet for long.
See if he doesn't work baseball. He pushes off a little bit for the turnaround.
That's where he is lethal, is in that area. I mean, that mid-range area for a great shooter, man, you can get on, you can eat high percentage shots.
Now Carmelo gets around Paul. Corner for Holiday. Good. Three-pointer for Justin Holiday.
Kamiskas was wide open, but they got the ball in the hand of their money guy, and that's Carmelo Anthony.
A three-pointer wins it. Two-pointer ties it. Melo got it. 2.6. The Knicks have drawn even. Hawks do not have a timeout. Dunleavy gets it in. Millsap for the win. And we go to overtime again. Melo whips it to Holiday. He's been hot and hits another one. Justin Holiday with his third three since the start of the fourth quarter. Knicks by one. Brandon Jennings gives it up finally with 5 on the clock to Carmelo. He's got Hardaway in the switch. The turnaround. Got it.
He's a wonderful scorer. We can't say that enough, man.
36 for Carmelo gives New York a 3-point lead and a timeout for Atlanta. Tim Hardaway on the lob to Dwight. Puts it in! Count the basket, and Dwight can go to the line to tie it here. Hardaway on the bounce into Bays. Turns a corner, takes it right to the hole. Kick out to Dennis. Fumbled it briefly. 18-17. On the shot clock, Dennis to the glass. Hawks lead it by 2. Millsap trying to deny Anthony the ball here. They've got the switch. Melo scored against Hardaway earlier. He takes him in. He steps back. He shoots. He hits it. We're tied at 6.9. Timeout Atlanta. They got that switch, and he burns his former teammate again. And now Melo has 38.
There's Dennis with the ball, and you're going to see. No, actually, that's going to go one-on-one. And that's going to be short.
Dwight. Double overtime.
This next part of overtime, Coach Bud really wants to stress the 4-5 defense. That's Paul and Dwight trying to contain Carmelo. 38 points already.
And shoots again and hits again. That's 40 for Melo. And the Knicks and Hawks are tied at 115. Atlanta by 4. Carmelo. That's a three-pointer. He's got 43.
You know who they're going to.
Oh, yeah. Here it comes. Will he just rise up or drive it? 121 to 120. Muskie with the screen. Here's Schroeder going up. Carmelo Anthony fouls out with 45 points. Dennis hitting the shot, much to the delight of the Hawk faithful here at Phillips. Atlanta leads by 3. This one is huge, Neek. Courtney Lee, 7. Looks like they're going to try for a 3 to tie it and go to a third overtime. The bomb is good. Oh, my. Are you kidding? Dunleavy. We're going to a third overtime. Tim had no chance. Initial bobble, and that was that. Jennings to Lee. Top of the key. Foul. Now Lee to give New York a 2-point lead in the third overtime. And he does. So Lee hits the three-pointer. Whoa, look out. Hawks bring it up without a timeout. Dennis drives it. Left hand around the rim, and we're tied at 130.
Oh, my goodness.
Courtney Lee, can he do it again? Pump fake, fire. And we're going to a fourth overtime. Malcolm needs help and finds it. Tim Hardaway. Rebound Millsap. Paul going back up. Good. Hawks by 2. 37 for Paul Millsap. Knicks do not have a timeout. Looking. Gets it into Lee. Courtney will take it. Miss it. Get it back. Goes out. 3 at the buzzer.
Oh, man.
The game is finally over. Courtney Lee had a tremendous look on the sideline.
The Knicks 10 games below 500 take on the Denver Nuggets in their only visit. Slightly better and in playoff position in the West.
I listened to the whole interview coming in on the radio. I think Mr. Dolan did a great job of just clearing the air, setting the record straight, and giving the facts. And I think it's poignant at the end. He would want nothing more than to see Charles Oakley at half court being honored like a lot of the other Knicks. And this franchise, once a Knick, always a Knick. That's their motto.
Rose on the runner, kept alive by Kyle O'Quinn, who just checked in. And then Carmelo Anthony knocks it down.
There's Kyle O'Quinn, bringing the hustle, bringing the energy. I think they adjusted to the Nuggets, who are going small. It's a versatile team that plays hybrid-type guys, and KP's the perfect five in this game.
Anthony again.
In the mid-range, that's such a tough shot. You have people hanging all over you.
Here's Harris. Gary Harris lays it in.
The Nuggets continue to run that play, and they continue to turn that corner and get that easy layup. Nick's got to find a way to realize that's coming and send him the opposite direction.
Carmelo Anthony from just inside the line.
O'Quinn's been a big part of a lot of plays coming up here. The big shot, nice extra pass, getting Carmelo the easy two.
Here's Anthony hitting a three.
That's a big shot. Knicks really needed that one. They dug themselves a 7-point hole.
Here's Anthony. Anthony for O'Quinn. Kyle O'Quinn. Outstanding night. 8 for 9. He has 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 block shots.
He's been tremendous.
Anthony hits a three.
Got to attack that matchup. You got Carmelo at the 4 right now. You got Arthur on him. That's a matchup Carmelo Anthony can exploit.
Carmelo again, same spot, knocks it down. 2 straight 3-point field goals for Carmelo Anthony. Anthony hits his 3rd three of the quarter. Here's Anthony driving on Chandler on the fade. Carmelo cuts the Denver lead to 6.
13 in the 4th quarter for Carmelo. Now they need to stop.
Nuggets lead by 10. The Knicks have hit their last 7 attempts. That's how hot they've been. Carmelo makes it 8 with another 3.
He's a special scorer. He really is. He can score in his sleep.
Carmelo hits another 3. 19 in the 4th for Carmelo. Carmelo Anthony with 19 for the Knicks here in the 4th quarter. Make it 21. 40 points for Nikola Jokic, a career high. As the Nuggets go to 10-6 over their last 16 games. They defeat the Knicks, who lose their 4th straight, 131 to 123, despite a huge 4th quarter from Carmelo Anthony. He scored 21.
2 old familiar foes go at it tonight. The New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers right next to each other in the NBA Eastern Conference standings.
Derrick Rose rebounded by Covington. Covington's career high 30-point game came against the Knicks last season. As Henderson thought he was fouled, kept alive by Okafor. Here's Anthony over Henderson. Again, Okafor takes it inside, spins on Hernangomez, and it's rebounded by Anthony.
Good defense by Billy right there. Moved his feet, didn't commit the foul, already has committed an early foul. That keeps you out on the floor, not getting your second.
Carmelo with his 2nd field goal. Shot clock down to 3. Anthony from the foul line. So Carmelo has hit 3 of his first 4. Here's Anthony over Šarić. So Carmelo now 4 of 5, has 8 points. Carmelo now with 10 of the 14 Knick points.
Carmelo likes this matchup. He's going to go at Šarić all day long.
Anthony now with 12.
Nice off the ball action.
Here's Anthony. Carmelo now with 14. Anthony backing in on Covington. Šarić came over, which means Lee is wide open, and he nails a 3.
Great recognition. Carmelo drew the double team. Courtney Lee just hit a shot. Get him another look at the basket.
As Carmelo Anthony hits a 3.
They play hard regardless of the score, so we're going to have to play much harder than them. That's not only to beat them, but we've got to do that for ourselves as a team. We've got to learn how to play that hard.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Back to Carmelo Anthony, who had the big first quarter. hits his first attempt here in the third and will head to the free throw line as he was fouled by Covington. Here's Anthony over Covington.
That was perfect defense.
Saric unable to finish. Saric slow to get up at the other end of the floor. Finally back across half court. Carmelo hits a three. 28 points for Carmelo Anthony. Knicks back up by 15. Hernan Gomez sets the screen. Carmelo now with 30. His 15th game this season with at least 30 points. Here's Anthony from three. Kept alive by O'Quinn. Underneath for Carmelo, and he lays it in.
Kyle O'Quinn has been all over the offensive glass.
Anthony pulls it back out. Down to a minute 10 remaining. 5 on the 24. Anthony looking for his shot. He nails it. Fans on their feet at the Garden. Down to 35 seconds remaining. The steal by Covington. Covington ran it to Rose. Here's Saric. Henderson from three. In and out. Kept alive by Saric. Thomas hit the floor. O'Quinn with the block. Here's Covington. Into the corner. Okafor. 10 seconds remaining. Okafor puts it up and hits. Sixers take a 1-point lead with 9 seconds remaining. Their first lead since 21-20 back in the first quarter. Lee gets it into Rose. Down to 5. Anthony guarded by Covington. 3 seconds. Carmelo shoots and hits. Carmelo Anthony with 0.3 of a second remaining. Knicks lead by 1.
That's what Melo does. Well defended. Can't stop that step back. Lethal. Deadly. Look at that look.
To the basket. Picked off by O'Quinn. Knicks win it. 110-109.
Thanks, Kenny. Well, Carmelo, you're down 1. Walk me through that last possession. You had to hit that shot there. Did you get the look you wanted?
I got the look I wanted. I got the space I wanted. All I wanted was a good look at the basket with a little bit of space where I can just raise up and shoot over top, and I got that.
The Sixers went on a 9-0 run here down the stretch. What did you need from your team defensively to make sure you were going to get this one tonight?
Well, I think offensively it was more. We got stagnant. We let them deny us. We let them push us out of our offense, and that led into defense. So it shouldn't have came to a heroic shot like that, but it did, and we'll take the win.
With the way you were shooting tonight, Carmelo, no doubt you brought a lot of confidence into that last shot. But with the way that they stole this last game in Philadelphia with that last second shot by TJ, how good did this one feel to knock that one down?
It felt good. I mean, we got to get better. We got to do better. A win is a win. We'll take it. They went on a 9-0 run, late in the fourth quarter. We got to do a better job, but we'll take the win. A win is a win.